because they're like, yeah, Troy's already nodding. He's already being a naughty boy. Anyway, guys, welcome to another episode of Mod Workshop. I am fanning out a little bit because I did not know that I was going to get to build with you. Sometimes I find out. Sometimes I find out like the day before, and I was like, oh, but it didn't connect that I watch you play TFT. And then now all of a sudden, like, you're here physically next to me, and there's like a genuine, I haven't had that experience. I work with, we've done a ton of different influencers, but to actually have somebody who, I watched you when we had Dragonlands just come out, and I was like, holy crap. And now, so here we are building a PC, and we're gonna build all these PCs for Emily. She gets every single one of them. You get to just choose whichever one you want, Emily. Which one do you like?
Well, this is my favorite, actually. But if I can have all of them, I'm down.
Oh, well, so we are going to be building in this, but we are doing something with a brand new partner, Ironside, which we're actually going to interview in just a few minutes. But before we do that, there are some people from my audience who do not know who you are. So why don't you tell folks who you are? What does your daddy do? And I don't know. It's a kindergarten cop joke.
All right. Hi guys, I'm EmilyyWang, and I stream full time on Twitch. I mainly just stream a game called Teamfight Tactics. It's an auto battler, and I'm super into the game. Started full time streaming last year, and I'm really excited to be here.
Okay, so that's the story. How long have you been How long does it take to get from when you started to actually being in launch streams and launch competitions for something like TFT? How long did that take?
So I started playing in the middle of set 2, and I think I started playing a lot more starting in set 3. And I think I started competing more about 6 months to a year after I started playing the game.
Okay, so you've been playing a lot. And then what is a typical training schedule? Do you get up, drink some Gatorade, maybe do some have your Starbucks and then play for the next 83 hours, or what does a training mechanism look like for a regiment? That's the right word. What does a training regiment look like for you?
So basically, I get up every day. I have to drink coffee. If I don't drink coffee, I'm kind of addicted. So if I don't drink it, I get a headache. So it's not really by choice. And then afterwards, if there's no tourneys or anything coming up, I just kind of go and play and stream. But if there is a tourney coming up, then I usually try to watch other good streamers, try to learn from them before I start playing, and then I play.
Okay, so when you're watching, because I watched the last 2 rounds, who do you watch to get better? Hopefully they're not watching right now because they're like, oh no. But who is it that you go check out and you're like, okay, I'm gonna learn some pro level strats, even though you're pro. So some more pro level strats. I don't know.
So I think there's the rank 1 player right now, Setsuko. He's very good to watch to learn from. I think a lot of streamers in other regions like China, EU are very good. And then I think if you want to have a good time and not really train, you can watch Soju.
Okay.
I think that's where I go if I'm feeling, I've done enough training for the day, I just want to relax and have fun. I just go watch Soju.
Where does Box fit on that?
Oh, Box. He's definitely also on the for fun list, but I think it's really important to also, have your mental refreshed, and it's really important to have that list of people you can go for mental
breaks. Yeah, exactly. I see what you're saying. Okay, so when you're not playing TFT, let's say you don't play TFT, what else do you do? What else makes up Emily in the Emily sphere?
So I have 2 dogs. Okay. Every day I'll go on a couple walks with them. Okay. I love playing with them, hanging out with them. I haven't actually worked out too much recently, but I'm really want to get back into it, So I want that to be part of my day. And I like watching anime. That's fun.
Okay.
Always really fun.
So dogs, you've mentioned them. Do they have a breed? Are they just called dog? Can we get some more details on said dogs?
I have 2 dogs. So one of them is a golden doodle.
Okay.
His name is Titus.
Okay.
And then the other one, do you play League?
I do not know.
Okay, but his name's Nar.
Okay.
And he's an Australian Shepherd. And I really regret naming him Nar actually because he gets Mega Nar quite often. So yeah. I think you have to be careful with your dog's names, guys. That's
where you are. And are both of them? Have you had them for a while? Are they relatively new?
Yeah, Titus is almost 4 at this point, and Nar's 2.
Okay. So relatively young. And then, do you like anime? It's funny because we've had some pretty big anime fans come through here. Where are you at on like Attack on Titan? Like, where are you at on the scale of anime? Are you like Cowboy Bebop, pretty much just like the more like broad appeal stuff, or do you like specific niche stuff? You think?
I think I've watched most of the broad appeal stuff, and I've watched like. I'm pretty into it, so I've seen a lot of the niche stuff as well.
Okay, awesome. And then where were you at on the whole, like, basically, what was it, Toonami and the two merged, right? Like the two big, like, anime companies basically merged, got under Sony. And, like, now, like, everybody's all up in arms about watching anime and all that. Do you have an opinion?
Okay, I'm gonna be very honest. I have no clue about that merger. I just watched.
Okay, so I even went too far there. Okay, well, there you go. So there it is right there. But, okay, so we're going to take a quick, like, before we get into the build, we got actually Noah from Ironside who's going to be joining us. Guys, we're going to be doing a live interview. I just want you to know, Emily, this is only the second time on the show that this has happened, but this guy is so handsome, we had to bring him on the show. So this is Noah from Ironside. He is the one who, marketing for Ironside, who did all of these custom cases.
Wait, can I be honest about something real quick? I thought that was you. Like, I'm not joking. I literally thought Noah was you. And the whole time I was wondering, I was like, wait, why is he up there as well? Like, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. No, I have to say, men with beards, very handsome looking gentlemen. We have two other ones. So no, I want to let you know, there's a guy named Ron Reed from Main Gear who also looks very much like us. So there seems to be like a genetically awesome, handsome thing going through the computer industry right now. And I have to say, it just is what it is, and you're blessed. But why don't you give us a little history insight into Ironside? And then I do want to mention, I do want you to tell us a little bit also about that beautiful fractal torrent build behind you, because I mean, a lot of people who are watching from my channel may recognize that from Linus Tech Tips. So take it away, Rob. Take it away, Noah.
Yeah. So first, thanks everyone for having me here. It's super fun to be able to talk with y'all. Ironside Computers, we've been around for a while, about 11 years now. We started up in Wisconsin. Reedsburg, Wisconsin, working up there. Started as a family brick and mortar store, and slowly as things kind of developed, we moved towards that really kind of online business. But all of the bread and butter that we love doing is those awesome designs that y'all have there in front of you. Things like the juice box, things like the meltdown, things like the Idricil are really where we love to have fun with that. Our kind of motto around that is with PCs, if you're going to have them and you're going to have them on your desk, they might as well be beautiful to look at. We get RGB, we get everything else with it, but to have something super fun designs like that juice box, especially, that's one that I love. Be able to really have fun with the PC, both while it's on and you're playing video games, and while it's off. You need to have it as something that you're proud to look at and not just hide under a desk. So we'll do awesome ones like that. We'll have those limited editions that people can get, because sometimes we'll see these really awesome cases, awesome builds that are hidden away in one-offs, or just super expensive and not available for most people. But with these things like the Meltdown, Juicebox, Idricil, it's a little bit more than a normal case, but we get that awesome design in there that really makes things shine. And talk about really awesome builds that we did before. You talked about the fractal case behind me here. This was Project Splave. This one specifically was the one on Linus Tech Tips that they had a super fun time with. We got to work with an awesome professional overclocker, Splave. He set some world records, worked with Intel to really take their chips as far as they can go. So with this build, we worked with our friend Splave, Ice Giant, who were the cooler, make an awesome air cooler. Other friends like EVGA, G-Skill, Fractal, to make a build that we really believe is the best that you can get. It's overclocked by Splave himself, just like if you had the world #1 overclocker do your build for you. And so we're super proud of this, super happy to have it here with Ironside here, just to show what we can do, both design-wise, have these kind of amazing builds, but also show that we can really take the hardware to the next level, take it as far as it can go.
Nice. And I think that's one of the things that's always cool is, like, a lot of times, people can go and purchase a PC and it can look really good, but you guys can also tweak it and make sure it also performs very well, which I know sometimes that gets lost in all the pretty, but to have something that can just do so well, and with technology and specifically with hardware and parts getting so much more powerful, generating so much more heat, like it seems to be like more and more important as you guys move along. Tell us a little bit, like, what does innovation look like for Ironside? Like when you guys look at like new hardware coming down the line, like 7000 series or even Raptor Lake, etc. How do you guys figure that stuff out? How do you work through and kind of figure out what your next SKUs are going to look like?
Yeah. We love kind of playing with those. If we get samples in from Intel or whoever else,
hint Intel,
hint. Yes, Intel. It's super fun for us to be able to play with it, because really at the heart of it, even though we make awesome designs, we're super happy to build computers. We're all a bunch of nerds at heart. That's why we're building PCs, testing them, going through everything there. So it's super fun for us. In terms of kind of organizing what our next products look like, we love doing custom builds. So we'll have things. We don't have anything that's set pre-built on a shelf right now. We're working a little bit towards that, but a lot of what we do is custom to order. So someone can come to us and say, hey, I want the newest from Intel. I want this 13th gen. I want the next latest and greatest graphics card. I want it in this case that just came out. And we say, yeah, let's do it. And it's super fun for us to be able to make those builds individually, right? How everything that's coming through is always unique, even in those limiteds, right? Where it's the same case, it has those same designs, but each piece of it is unique and kind of tuned by the person who it's going to. And, we're happy to help with that. Our customer service team does a great job of answering any questions, helping people build really awesome builds that they can be proud of, to have kind of as their own, where they played that part in building it and forging it, kind of choosing all those little things they wanted.
Well, Emily got to see, and you're getting to build the Juice Box one. So, Emily, what are your thoughts, just talking with Noah here, about seeing the case for the first time? Because I think your reaction was priceless.
The video went out on my end.
Oh, well, we can still see you, and you look fantastic still. But hopefully, you can hear Emily. Emily, tell Noah just a little bit about what your thoughts are on the Juice Box build.
Yeah, it's so cute. Like, I have never seen a case like this before, because all my cases in the past, they've been either pure white or like pure black, and they've been huge. And this is just like small and cute and compact. And I've just never seen anything like this before. And I'm so happy I get to take this home.
Just so you know, I don't know if you can see, but she was actually hugging the case, so she was actually very excited about it. When you think about a design like, for instance, the Juice Box or Yggdrasil or the other ones, what's the creative process for coming up with something like that? So, because I mean, this is a very unique design, but do you guys have like a creative team? Like, how does that come to be?
We do. We have a dedicated in-house creative team. They do awesome work, kind of going through and picking on those design cues that they see sort of around us and kind of things that we get to interact with. Juice Box was a really fun one, just taking that Japanese juice box design, sort of Japanese vending machine design, and going with that, as well as some other builds like Yggdrasil, kind of getting that inspiration from Norse mythology, really taking that and going with it to make that beautiful sort of stained glass design there. Meltdown is sort of that almost Fallout-esque kind of retro radioactive. With that's really fun. And then Birds of Paradise, with the one build you have over there, hasn't fully released yet, but that's a super fun design, taking sort of tropical elements and those sort of really colorful birds we get in nature, like we get the flamingo, we get the tanager, things like that, and taking those designs from nature and sort of turning them into melding them with tech in a really fun way. That's unique and we think really innovative, at least in the PC design space. We don't see things sort of like this anywhere else.
So if somebody wanted to like get in on getting a build, like say for instance, Emily just she starts showing this off, like now all of her friends, like Box and all the other TFT folks are like, I want to get into this, I want to get a custom build from Ironside. How do they go about doing that?
Yeah, you can go check out our website, ironsidecomputers.com. We'll have everything available there. With Forge a PC, where you can go through, kind of choose what case you want, choose the components you want, build that build as you like it. And then with that, we'll have that limited editions tab where you can go through, see all of our current kind of offerings there. And with that, still go through and build it out as you'd like, while having that awesome case there. Yeah, you can follow us on Twitter, Ironside PC, Instagram, Ironside Computers. Go check out our website, see the awesome designs we do with both those limited editions, those masterworks, and the Forge a PC to really hit kind of wherever you want to be in terms of a PC, whether you're spending $1,500 to $10,000. We love working with you and still making something that's awesome all across the board.
So last question that I always love to ask, right? And one of the benefits of like purchasing a PC from like a manufacturer who makes custom rigs like that, what does service and support look like once you become part of the Ironside family? Like, what kind of like, say for instance, Emily has an issue with her machine. Like, I mean, she's watched a lot of builds, but at the same time, like, not everybody can be Linus or Gamers Nexus. So what kind of support might people be able to get if they have issues?
Sure. Yeah, and we don't ever foresee anyone having issues, but certainly it happens.
You heard that, Emily. It's going to be perfect.
Okay.
If it happens, we're happy to help with it. We have a 5 years labor and 3 years parts warranty built into all the orders. So something was to go wrong, even a little bit down the line, we can work with you to get parts replaced, get things in here worked on. We have our in-house customer service team. I worked with them for a little bit, and they do an awesome job of kind of taking phone calls, taking emails, going through all that. They're super smart guys, super fun to work with. And having them in-house means that we can get things done kind of really quickly in real time. So they'll work really closely with our RMA team, our RMA manager, to make sure that something gets moved around. So let's say someone gets a build, and after 6 months or so, the GPU goes out on us. That's something that we couldn't have predicted, wouldn't have been able to find in testing. It just sort of happens sometimes. You can give us a call and say, hey, here's what I'm seeing. I'm getting these green lines across my screen, and sometimes the PC doesn't get video display on startup. We say, okay, cool, let's try this. We'll unplug the GPU, plug it into the integrated. Okay, cool, that works. We know what the issue is. Here's how we go about it. Try to get them a shipping label, get those things moved along. With us here, all being in-house, and everyone in customer service really being, like I said before, kind of being nerds, being gamers, we understand that we want to get those things done quickly, because for a lot of people, it's not just gaming just to have fun, but it's important to relax after work. It's important to like let off some steam, kind of hang out with some buddies, and it's really social for people. So we want to get them back up and running with our awesome PC as quickly as they can.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Give us a call, send us an email. We're happy to help.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Noah. Super appreciate you. You are a handsome-looking gentleman, and we will let you go.
You as well, Justin. Thank you.
Bye. Well, I mean, it sounds like you're getting into a good family. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty rad designs here. We had a full custom water-cooled one, but it's time to make your system complete, don't you think?
Yep.
This is what you're excited for. This is what you're here for, right?
Yes.
And so folks who may not know, we're getting ready to start pulling systems off of the couch. I mean, sorry, the table here. I don't know what couch we're in. We're going to start pulling stuff off of the table here. But just to give you like a rundown of what we're actually going to be doing today. So at first, it's going to be Emily and I. We're going to be sitting there working through. She's watched some PC builds, so we're gonna get the most of the kind of the fun stuff out of the way. Have her build as much of the PC as possible. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a small break. Emily's gonna transition. She's gonna go play some TFT. I've got lots of questions because you guys know, especially from my community, how much of a fan I am of TFT. I know I've been playing some Hearthstone, but it's awesome to have somebody who can actually chat with about this. And then after that, then we'll come back, we'll turn the whole system on, and that's kind of the show, and you get to see the PC build and the gameplay at the same time, and we'll be chatting the entire time. As much as Emily either loves or hates that, that's how it's going to go. Now, the second thing that I want to go through real quick is let's talk about the parts that we're putting inside of this, because we're doing something for the first time, Emily, that we've never done in a build before. So we're going to do a Core i9 12900K, but for those people who are probably looking at this going, you know what, I'm seeing something different about the cooler. So yes, this is a mini ITX build. It's not quite SFF because the case is actually a little bit bigger than 20 liters, but we're using that MSI MEG Z690i Mini ITX Unify. We're giving you an EVGA RTX 3080, which you're gonna have no issue running TFT because it like runs on like a potato. And then we've got a 1 terabyte Intel SSD 660p. You've got a 1 terabyte Crucial MX500. And then you've also got Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB DDR5 at 5200 megahertz. But that cooler is the interesting thing. We're actually going to air cool this build, which means it's going to be nice and quiet. We're going to be using the Noctua NH-U12A cooler, and we're going to be replacing all of the fans here with Noctua fans. And then finally, your power supply is going to be that EVGA Supernova 850 GM SFX PSU. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Good.
Sure.
You're such a good sport. So, but point being is that almost every build that we've ever done, we use these things called all-in-one liquid coolers. Mm-hmm. And this one, we're going to use something that's purely cooled by air. And I think a lot of people think, well, you can't cool a 12900K with an air cooler, and we're going to get to do that today, and also do it in a really small case. That's cute and awesome. Okay. And if you haven't seen this, check this out. Like the details on this case, it's actually got like caloric details. It's got like strawberries in the front. We're going to be using all black, pink RGB and red RGB, so the whole theming will all look that way. And then even here on the back, check that out. So it says nutrition specs. It's got like, it's a really, really very well done case. And then even on the top, you've got the insert straw here. Look at that. So even right down here at the bottom, you can see where it says insert straw. So almost like the power button is where you basically insert the straw. So a lot of just really cool details on this case, and then nice and light as well. So you like it, huh?
I love it. Yep.
So tell me a little bit about what you do have from a PC. Like, what is your PC experience getting to this point?
So my PC is built by my friend who I watched build it.
Okay.
But I didn't really watch that closely, so yeah.
So like, was your definition of watching like you were like checking out Instagram Reels, TikTok?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So I totally get that, but at the same time, you were there and present. So you were learning through like visual osmosis, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh wow, that's cool. And then, so do you know what specs are in your current PC?
I know it's like a 2080, and that's about it.
Okay, awesome. And I mean, the good thing is that like for you, I wasn't trying to be funny. The good thing about League and the games by Riot is Riot wants the games to run on as many systems as possible. So the great thing about TFT is that for you to have a system like this, the game is going to run very, very well. Do you play other games though?
I actually lately, not really.
Okay.
But like I will play different Steam games that come out once in a while.
Okay.
And I play Valorant. I play Valorant.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah.
Also, Valorant will also run on a potato, which is great. But you get
really?
like, yeah, it's 520. This system will run at like 520 frames per second. You could get like a 360 hertz monitor, and you could play both Valorant and TFT both on with a super high refresh rate.
Okay.
If you wanted to. So are there other games, or like are you looking like, I know Project E is coming out from Riot. Are you like pretty much in the Riot ecosphere? Is that where you kind of set yourself, or are there other things that you're looking forward to coming out soon?
Yeah, mostly I play MMOs now and then.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, or like I'll play like I love the Civ games, like the city builder type of games as well.
Yeah, they're called. So I was a game developer for 20 years before I actually got into making. Before I did PC builds, and so I've worked on some of those 4X like Civ type games. Yeah. So Civ 6, Civ 5. So you like some of the strategy deeper kind of like deep type games.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I don't know why I was just like I have nothing else to add to that. Okay, well let's start building. There it is right there. Okay, we're gonna move this, and I'm gonna grab the pretty mat. Here we go, and we're going to center it, and they're going to tell me that it looks good centered, so I'm going to scoot you aside here for a second. Here we go, guys. And then they're going to tell me in my ear if this is nice and centered. Okay, there we go, a little closer to me, and there it is. Okay, so let's get our case out of the way. Luckily, okay. We need to grab your CPU, so I'm going to get this out of the way because this is fake.
I was told no one has ever broken anything during the 30 workshops there have been. So my goal is to just not be the first.
So to be clear, we have had one PC not work, but they didn't break it.
Okay.
And it's funny, I do want to correct that. There has been one thing broken, but that was my fault.
Okay.
But regardless, like, the thing is like I will say that, and we'll kind of ask these questions as you build and you go along. You're going to find out that it actually is pretty hard to build things. That's not a challenge. We shouldn't try, but at the same time, you're not going to. I doubt you'll break anything.
Okay,
I have faith in you.
All right.
I mean, for as well as you play these games, I like building a PC compared to putting comps together.
Exactly.
This is actually way easier.
Surely, if you're good at TFT, you're good at building computers, right?
Yes, because I play a lot of TFT and I'm terrible, and I'm really good at building computers. So I have a sense that you're going to be way better at this than even I am. Going from there. Okay, so we're going to pull out your motherboard. And what I'm going to have you do is, this is always a lot of fun. We're going to have you open up the CPU here.
Okay.
So it just it pops up from the back here, like right here. It's magnetic.
So just pull it out.
Yep. So you just pull it. Not this. Sorry. Go ahead and set it down, and then just let's see right here, this kind of pops open.
Oh, okay. Oh,
and then it just kind of, it's like a whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. There you go.
Oh my gosh. It's
Isn't
like
that cool?
Unraveling an award.
Yeah, and then you can take this off. So this is actually what's called a wafer, and this is when you actually make CPUs. This is what they look like when they come out of the factory, except for the platters are really big, and each one of these is actually a CPU. So if you want to twist that open, your CPU is actually inside. There you go. And there it is, your Core i9-12900K. And then if you want to go and take that, just the plastic out, and then just set it next to the motherboard real quick, we'll get this out of the way. Perfect. You have accomplished your first task.
All right.
There's actually a really neat, program from a company called NZXT, who's been on the show before, where they turned building a PC into an RPG, like an MMO, and then as you do stuff, you get to check off and level up. It's actually pretty cool. So you've just essentially done level 1, so you're like a level 1 PC builder.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to actually get your CPU inside of your motherboard. So you see this little clip right here? You're going to push down and then just kind of move it off to the side. Ooh, just like that. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now what you're going to do is you're going to grab this and then lift it up so this socket opens up. Perfect. Okay. Now, this is so you're going to grab this from the sides and you're going to set it right inside of that socket. And you can see it just kind of sits right in there. A little bit lower.
Oh.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to close this like this, keeping your hand on it. Don't touch the top.
Okay.
So just from the side, grab that, just like I had it. Yep. Hold it down. Keep pushing, and then you're going to grab this and put it right back how you had it. But make sure it claps. So keep pushing down. Push down hard. Oh nope, you didn't miss it. Lift it up again. Push really hard. Down on this side. There you go. That was fine.
Oh, that's supposed to happen.
That's supposed to happen.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Am I supposed to push
and then
harder?
just put it right back under. Yep.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Put it right back where you had it.
I feel like it's gonna break.
Nope, it's putting a lot of tension on those pins so it holds. Yeah, you're good. Slip it back under there. Just like that. Good job. See, that's the thing is like a lot of people think that it's going to be really hard, and it is, but it takes a lot to break it.
Okay, got it.
Don't seem so nervous. Everything's fine.
Oh no, I'm not nervous. Don't worry.
You just had this look on your face like, oh, and I was like, no, you're good. Okay, so now fun part. See all these little plastic things? We're going to go ahead and peel those off.
All right. Oh, this part's fun.
Yes. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So next up, what we're going to install is your hard drive. So I need our screwdriver set, which is right here. iFixit. Okay. So we're going to grab our iFixit kit and this screwdriver right here. And then what I'm going to have you do is you see there's a screw there and a screw there. Go ahead and unscrew them. It's lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Not everybody. Sometimes I just...
Okay.
Some people, it's like they don't do this all, and they're like, which direction do I go? And then it should just pop out. Yep, you want to just hand that to me or put it right there? Perfect. It's going to not lose it. And then that one should stay in. So it's called captive. So you should just be able to pull off this thing. It's out.
Like in jail?
Yeah, it's in jail. Hey, that's a good idea. It's basically in screw jail.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and lift that off. Perfect, just like that. And then what we're going to do is install your M.2 hard drive. So this is the hard drive. This is basically... And I don't know if you remember this from when you watched your friend build, but this is essentially where all of your stuff, your applications and everything go, and your OS. So pop that down like a waffle. And then what you're going to do, flip it over. And then see how there's a little slot on the PCB, and there's a little slot right there. It just kind of slots in from the other direction. So like this, yep, just like that. And then you see how it kind of slips in.
I see.
Yeah, and then just give it a good solid push. You'll hear it click.
Okay, clicked.
Cool. And then, yeah, it works like a diving board a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, I like that you actually did that. Most people, it's like I'm like, yes, exactly, like a diving board. Okay, go ahead and flip that over. There should be, oh no, I've already peeled it. Okay, good. So what you're gonna do is flip it back over, and now we're gonna re-put it onto the, and then just line up the holes. Perfect. And then there's your screwdriver, and you're gonna put both of those screws back in. Yeah, you guys are probably watching this going, this motherboard, for many people, have never seen motherboards this small. This is a mini ITX motherboard, so it's the smallest, it's the smallest standard format motherboard that you can basically pick up. And so these are for what are called small form factor builds. So that's
what's the difference between like a small one and a big one?
So it's a lot of times it's the number of slots. So these are like on this one, like that only has one PCI. On like an ATX, it'll have like 4 or 5. On a micro ATX, there might be 2 or 3. The other thing too is that there's just more spread out. So there'll be more support for SATA. There'll be more support for different features. And then some of the other things that end up being limiting is the number of I/O, just because of how much smaller the board is. So it's really just about, they compacted it as much as humanly possible, but at the same time, things like the VRMs aren't as thick. There could be some things that you have to reduce to make it small.
I see.
Does that make sense? It's a good question, though. Okay, so we've got that done now. Next up, this is a big thing. And this is all about the sound of the clicks. So this sets the whole precedent for the rest of the build. The louder the clicks, the happier the audience becomes. It's very ASMR, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you how to install one,
okay.
and then we'll have you do the second one. And so if it's a good solid click, just be careful. Sometimes it'll make you weak in the knees because it's that awesome. But
okay.
but it's a lot of fun, and it's just a nice little thing that to celebrate just how well the build is going. But last week the clicks were terrible. Now the build came out great, but the clicks were terrible. This one you have a really good chance because this is Corsair Dominator Platinum RAM, which is very, very high-end RAM. And so I think the clicks are going to be good. I think you're going to be happy. So I'll show you a little bit about this. Just dump it out real quick.
I can't tell if you were joking.
No. I'm serious. No, okay. I mean it's okay. So it's just for fun. It is just for fun. It doesn't really set the whole. Like we're not going to ruin anything if the clicks are terrible. But for the audience, everybody is excited about this. Somebody asked, "Is this an ad?" If this is an ad, this is the world's longest ad, right? No, this is not an ad. This is just us hanging out building a PC for Emily, which is going to be awesome. So that's what we're doing right now. Okay, so let me show you here. So we're going to click these open. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your RAM, you're going to set it in like this, and I'll have you do the other one.
Okay.
And then what you do is you put your thumbs on both sides, give it a solid push. Did you hear that click?
That was
See what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. So logo that way. Yep, correct. Kind of set it in there. There you go. And then
just push.
Push it really like solid. Okay, that was still pretty good. Whoa, what was that?
I just heard
I don't know what that was. If that was the sound you get when you basically click in your RAM, I think that may be a problem. But all in all, that was actually... Oh, thank you. Okay, so they were basically... I just want to let you know that... Oh, you probably heard that in your ear, too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, thanks. The crew just thinks yours was better than mine. So thanks for that.
Wait, really? Wait, press 1 if his was louder. Press 2 if mine was louder.
You know what they're going to say.
They're going to say yours is louder. No. They're anti-me. Trust.
Somebody put 11. That person wasn't even on the show.
See, they're all saying yours is better.
Okay.
Like, even if mine was better, they will be on your side.
They will still be on your side. I bet you, at least my audience, my audience would basically, they'd probably be honest too. I just don't know where they fit. Mine are probably all the ones who are saying 3, because that's just who they are. They're like, you know what, I'm not even going to give you the satisfaction of knowing who was better, Robey. Okay, so this is going to be new for everybody, because so many people on the show have never seen what we're about to install actually done live on the show. So this is our air cooler. So this is the Noctua U12A, probably one of the best air coolers. We talked about the Ice Giant. The Ice Giant's massive. But this is like just probably from a compact and performance standpoint, one of the best just air coolers on the market. And they're kind of a lot of fun to put together. So we're going to be putting one of these, and it's going to pretty much cover most of this build. And then the other thing I'm super excited about in here is it's got the best thermal paste for spreading. So we get to have a little bit of it. Do you know who Bob Ross is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a little Bob Ross moment.
Oh, nice. I've done Bob Ross paintings in the past.
Oh, there we go. So we're gonna do some Bob Ross painting, but you're gonna Bob Ross with thermal paste.
Okay, got it.
So what I'm gonna have you do, it's actually less painting and more like frosting a cake. But we're gonna put some frosting on your CPU here. So I'm gonna pop this open. And this is it's funny because we've had to use like not subpar, but not as good thermal paste, and this is my favorite thermal paste in the world.
Nice.
So this is Noctua what is it called? NTH1. Okay, so let's get your little device here. So here's your little thermal paste spreader.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little dab in the middle, and I'm just going to kind of show you what to kind of do, and then I'll have you finish it.
Do you think most people build their own PCs?
No.
Okay.
No. Unfortunately, I mean, it's one of those things that not everybody kind of enjoys it, and it can be stressful. And the other thing too is like with pre-builts, like with Ironside and stuff like that, you don't have warranty support on the PC that you've built, right? So if you end up having an issue with it, like you don't have somebody to go help you with it. It's like you have to figure it out on your own. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. Is you just take your thing, and it's a little harder with this, but you basically want to cover and make the thinnest layer of thermal paste over the whole IHS. So you basically think of this as icing a cake. You want to cover the entire piece, top of the cake, with the gray stuff, as thin as possible and even. See? Therapeutic. Look how much calmer she is, guys, already.
Oh, I'm super calm.
She's zen at this point in time.
I am the zenest TFT streamer alive.
You're the zenist?
Yeah.
I have to say, like, so actually, now that I'm going back and recalling, because I watched I didn't watch as much of last week's as I did when they did the Dragonlands launch event, which is the first time I'd ever seen you.
Yeah, I into that event.
And you were pretty zen. You were like, so what is it? What is it about not reacting? Is there a reason you guys don't react all that much when you watch or when you compete? Is it like professional courtesy or? What is there like practice? Is it promise? Like is there almost like a standard that you have to follow, or is it just that's how it is?
Oh, not really. I think it's just in tourneys and stuff. People are more serious about like playing well or like not doing anything that's like trying not to make too many mistakes, so people don't like talk as much or react as much. But when it's just ladder gameplay, I think people are way more like reactive or troll.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter as much.
And when you guys, so the thing is, I was curious about this. When you guys are streaming and you're playing in the tournament, are you also streaming to your own channels?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you guys allowed to interact and chat with them at the same time, or is it like, or do you have to stay quiet?
I think we're not supposed to read chat. I'm not 100% sure. I do just turn it off because I feel like more often than not, if I read it, it might give me a worse idea than the one in my head already. No flame, guys. No flame.
I don't think that's how you wanted to have that sound.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think we're not supposed to read chat, so I close it. But I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, I was just curious, right? Like, because it's like, it seems like you guys are just in standard kind of your stream mode. And do you feel like, because if I remember correctly, like some of you guys just like, some people it just seems like they're like streaming in their living room. And then some people have really nice streaming setups. Where do you sit? Would you rather have like a super posh, like maybe a dragon behind you that's like shooting flames at the same time every time you kill somebody, or do you want something just a little bit more chill?
I think that would be really cool if I killed someone and then a dragon would breathe flames.
I know the only reason I think about that is so I don't. Do you know? I mean, do you follow Pokemon at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, there was some kid that she played in Fortnite who she clicked on his profile and like, you know how we can have a trailer in Twitch and people can see the trailer, and this little kid who's probably like 12 or 13 years old actually has real flames that shoot out behind him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like laser show and flames. And I was like, I mean, if you like killed somebody, would you want to have flames on your show? Like, where do you sit on like the theatrics?
There's actually like a little legend in TFT, like Chibi Yasuo.
Okay.
And when you kill someone, there's actually a cutscene of him like chopping them up and like a dragon eating them or something.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, I think a lot of us used it for a while because it's cool. So I think the flair is there and people do enjoy it, and I like it too. And also, I think maybe I need a little bit more. I can't tell, but like the sides.
No, we still got a lot. So I'll show you a little bit of a technique here.
Okay.
So since you were doing it like this, so what I'll do is I'll use my finger, and this is hard. So if you
I got it like on the other stuff. Okay.
Yeah, let's hold on real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna scoot this over real quick. If we can scoot over a little bit, there we go. Okay, so here we go. It's harder. Actually, what I'm gonna do to make this easier is give our hands some room. Okay. And then what we do See how much easier that is when we can get
Oh, yeah.
And we actually have a lot of thermal paste on here.
Oh, I thought it wasn't enough. Okay, yeah, no. Now that you're doing this, it does look like enough.
So we're going to actually take a little bit off.
Is it not like the more thermal paste, the better?
No.
No? Okay.
You actually, so you don't want to have a ton. The main reason being is like so what thermal paste does is if you think of like the IHS as like a super flat surface, even though it seems really smooth, there's little imperfections. And what thermal paste does is it fills in those imperfections. And then when you basically have the cold plate, which also has imperfections, it fills the gap so heat transfers really, really well between the two.
Okay.
So if you have a ton of it, it'll just shoot everywhere. So what you're trying to do is just make it as thin, but also make sure there's enough so there's good transfer.
Okay.
So that's all we're doing. That's another really good question. Did you spread your own thermal paste? Did he do thermal paste spreading when he did your build? Do you remember, or is it just
I think
pre-applied?
probably.
Okay.
Maybe.
And then you got a little on the edge there, so we'll clean that up. But that's pretty much that. And then we'll do the clicks again.
Ooh,
because I had
nice.
to take it off.
We can get the boom again.
Probably.
Is the boom a new thing?
I've never heard that before. They're like, that's just for you. They were like, hey, Emily's here. Let's get the theatrics. I was just thinking maybe that's why I was thinking maybe you were big into theatrics. Is like these guys do a lot of research on the people who are on the show.
Oh, really?
And so we sometimes we'll have like giveaways and the codes and stuff will be stuff, and the people like I've asked people and they're like, oh, what's that? And they're like, I don't know. And then they're like, oh, that's your anniversary. And they're like, wait, what? So it's kind of funny. Okay, so let's do the clicks again. Do you think you remember how to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The side.
Yep, that's perfect. Just want to get lined up. Yep, just like that. Okay, there's one. Wow. And there we go. Okay, clicks. Wow, they're really into the theatrics. So, what was your first tourney? What was the first one that you ever, it was ever in?
I think for TFT it was set 2, maybe it was set 3. I don't remember. There was Liquid and Cloud9 did these tourneys, and then I would attend them.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it was set 2 or set 3. I forgot.
Was it like one of those things where you got invited, or were you just able to go and just go and play?
So I think the Liquid ones, basically anyone could do them.
Okay.
And then for the Cloud9 one, I think it was invite. So it was like both.
Were you nervous like the first time you competed, like knowing it was for something a little bit bigger than what it was?
I think those tourneys were actually a little bit more casual back then. So I wasn't too nervous. But yeah, I can see a little bit definitely. Going in, you don't want to go 8-8-8-8-8 and earn a reputation of going 8 every game. 8-8-5-7.
What has been what's been your favorite moment in competing for TFT? When you put a moment on a pedestal, or one of the things that you look back and say, yeah, that was awesome. What would you call one of those moments? Or maybe you don't have any yet. You're like, it's all been downhill. It's all been terrible.
I think they've all been okay. I feel like my tournaments, they haven't been they haven't been bad, but they haven't been amazing.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of in the middle all the time. So I don't know if there has been one yet, but the most recent one, the Astro Cup, I think it was okay.
It was just okay?
It was okay, yeah. It's 4 days. I made it to the final day. And then the final day, I think I got more dogged, but it's okay.
So what I'm going to show you is this is our bracket. I'm going to make sure it says this side must face the motherboard. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put together the bracket for the air cooler. So there's basically, you're just going to pop this in like this. See how the triangle kind of faces towards the outside? There's a little triangle right there. Do you see that? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this little clips and you're going to clip it on like that. And it holds it in.
Okay, got it.
So I'm going to have you do that for the other 3.
So it's just like this.
And just make sure the triangle's pointing out and not the other way.
There's a triangle?
Yep.
Oh, this thing.
Yep, and so it's got to point out. There you go.
Like that, right?
Yeah, just like that, and then you go and clip on one of those, and that holds it in place once you have it all the way up. And this is just what she's putting together right now, guys, for people who don't know, is she's putting together the mounting plate for the air cooler. And so that's what we're essentially putting together. And so there's a bunch of different hardware depending on what CPU you put. So like if she was using like 10th gen or 11th gen Intel versus what we're using here, which is 12th gen. So we're building out the 12th gen Intel backplate. And so the reason that there's so many pieces is because they have to make the cooler compatible with a bunch of different options. So that's what it is. And it is an air cooler. For people knowing. Perfect, that's great. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna hold this up and you see how there's 4 holes? You're gonna slide that into those 4 holes. So flip it over, just like that, and it just goes right into those 4 holes. There we go, perfect. Okay, so there is that. And then what I'm gonna have you do is you see these, those are gonna go onto each one of the posts. Okay, now, here we have, these are the brackets. These are the brackets that the actual AIO mounts to. You see how it says 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on it? You're gonna make it so the silver post sits under the 2. And you're gonna sit it on just like this.
The silver post sits under the 2.
See how it says 2? Yep, so it's gonna line up right on 2.
Okay.
There we go, and then same thing with that one. This is a little, it's funny, it's like it still has the same amount of steps. It still has the same amount of steps that the AIOs do, but it just happens a lot faster. Okay, and then the last step, we're gonna give you the fun screwdriver to do this with. So there's that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this really massive screwdriver called Excalibur.
Okay.
And you're going to screw one of those lids, one of those little things into over on each silver post.
I feel like I'm waving like a
wand?
Yeah, a wand.
So tell me a little bit about what was your favorite set of TFT, and then what do you think about Dragonlands up until this point right now?
Oh, I think I really enjoyed set 3. I think I started play. I enjoyed set 2 as well because I think like it was my first set and everyone kind of enjoys their first set.
Yep.
But I really liked 3. I thought the units were super fun, and right now I think this set's pretty good as well. I do think like there's some bugs and balancing problems, but as long as they're fixed, I think like the set could be really good because the units are really fun, and I think that's like the main thing that needs to happen. Like you actually enjoy playing the units and they do cool things.
That's tight. I think we're okay with
tightness.
tightness.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Was
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just like, she's probably just going to screw that right through the motherboard. So it's like, hey, well, it used to be good. One of the things that was different about this one, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time where they've used or taken characters that aren't necessarily from League, right? And have introduced new, they've existed on the board, but now they've added things that are outside of the direct League lore into TFT, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, or do you have an opinion one way or the other?
I think it's like the units, they mainly just take like one skill from the actual champion, or they just make up a skill anyway. So I just think of these units as like basically units with made up skills. I don't think it makes much of a difference, like, because it doesn't really affect the game or anything like that. Yeah.
So what do you think, what are you said there's a couple bugs, there's some issues, some balance issues. What do you think the biggest balance issue is right now?
Right now, I think like the 1-cost dragons, if you hit them early, they're way too strong. I think some of the augments, like the prismatics, especially, are way too different in power levels. So I think those are some things that I find are kind of difficult to play around. And yeah, so I think with the gold augments, I feel like are decently in a good place, and that's like the majority of the game. So it's not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like because you've been through what is essentially 4 sets now with the game. Do you feel like Riot and the team are getting better at coming out with fairly balanced sets with each of the new ones that come out? Do you feel like this is better than the release of 6 or better than the release of 5, or do you feel like it's chaotic?
I think all the releases honestly have been around the same. It's like a little chaotic for the first month or two, and then they kind of like get it. after a couple months.
Right.
So this is about the same too. Like the release of the set was a bit chaotic. It was just like reroll one cost meta into like everyone playing Swain into, you know, everyone trying to hit their Siphon or, you know, Shioyu at stage 2. But I do think like as time goes on, these, for sure after like 2 months, these issues kind of get hashed out. It's just the only problem is then like a month later, a new set comes out. So it's like you're playing 2/3 of the set a little bit unbalanced, but it does balance out slowly.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna scoot over a little bit. They're asking us to balance a little. I mean, to center a little bit over. So I'm gonna scoot you over just a tad, and then what we're gonna do is now is the time to see. We're gonna go ahead and mount our cooler. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this on. And you can see there's 2 screws on the side. I'm just gonna line these up. Like so.
That is a big cooler.
It's a big cooler. Yep, it's got to keep this. It's got to keep this cool. So I'm going to get this started, and then I'm going to have you tighten these down on each side, and then you can basically tighten these. So you're going to switch between the 2 sides, going back and forth, but you're going to tighten these until they stop.
Wait, what's the reasoning that you have to keep switching?
Because you don't want to put too much. You want to make sure it's even pressure, and so if you tighten one all the way down, you're going to have a lot of pressure on one side. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So you're just going to want to go back and forth, probably like 3 or 4 times, and then afterwards you can tighten all the way down. It is a big cooler, but we have to cool a beast of a PC. I mean, a beast of a CPU. So what is your favorite thing? Like, why TFT? Of all the games out there, what was it about TFT that really, like, hooked you?
Oh, I think I've actually played a lot of games in the past, but I think for me, TFT, it's like, it's definitely the most fun because I think it's like more of like, you have to use your brain more than you have to like actually, you know, be able to click heads at like a millisecond time, reaction time, or like, in League where you have to like dodge stuff and hit stuff and like do all those things. And I think my brain works better than my hands.
Okay.
So yeah, that was like part of it. But I also think just like strategy games are really fun.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What were the games that you played up to playing TFT? Like what were the ones that kind of led you to that point? What was your journey? Journeys by, you know.
Yeah. So when I was 6, I begged my parents for a Game Boy.
Wow. Okay.
And they got me one. Which
What game?
Pokemon.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Pokemon Silver.
Okay.
Oh God, now you guys know how old I am. But anyway.
I like how that was your concern.
Yeah, so
what she meant is that she was begging everybody she was begging her parents for a Steam Deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And I really wanted to play whatever Pokemon they're on now. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I got Pokemon Silver and then Pokemon Gold and then Pokemon Diamond, Plat.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's right.
so it was a Pokemon series, and then I got a PlayStation. Is this too far back?
No.
Okay.
I know it isn't, because I think one of the things is like a lot of people, we don't get to talk to a lot of players who play pro, and it's an opportunity that's, you know, we have a lot of people who are just more influencers, right? But you play a game and you play it at a top tier level. So it's always interesting for people to hear what that journey is. And so I guess what I'm asking is, like, I think it's great to go back that far. So your parents got you a Game Boy. You found out that, hey, I'm into games, so I'm playing Pokemon. Okay, so then you got a PlayStation.
Yep.
I'm assuming you didn't get Battle Arena Toshiden or something like that.
Oh no, I got all the Final Fantasy games.
Okay, so you Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, which I think were 7, 8, and 9 were the ones on PlayStation, right? Because it was
10, 10, 2.
Yeah, 10, 10,
13, 12. They were all there.
She's
and
like,
then,
I know it all.
Yeah,
Whatever.
and then DDR, and then anyway, and then in college, what actually led me to this point was my best friend was my roommate at the time.
Okay.
And her boyfriend played League.
Okay.
And then she started playing League because he wanted her to play League, and then she wanted me to play League. So
it's peer pressure.
Peer pressure, yeah.
Okay.
We all played League.
That's the way it was. It's just like drugs, but this time with video games. Okay.
Yeah.
But much healthier. I'm just gonna say, we're gonna go.
So we all played League, and then from then out, it was a lot of League, and then after League, I kind of just I met a lot of like Dota friends, and then that's when Dota Auto Chess came out, and they were kind of the first people to play it.
Yep.
And then I played it, and I like found out that I really, really enjoy this game. And then TFT came out, and now that's pretty much I got here.
Okay. So it basically started with League, and then from there you got to get back when Dota was doing their auto chess thing, which was like kind of, it's funny because it blew my mind. I had no idea that auto chess was like, I thought TFT was like kind of at the cusp of auto chess, but in fact it has existed long before TFT actually came out.
Yeah.
And so, which I don't know if everybody actually knew. So then from there you picked up TFT. What was that journey like? So you started at set 2, so it had been out through set 1 overall, and then you were just like, was it just because you were tired of League, or what made you actually make the switch to playing TFT?
Oh, so it was COVID mostly, I think, the middle of set 2. I was working. I was an attorney, so I worked full time. But then like when COVID hit, and back then like I had a lot of like outside activities. Like I would, go outside, hang out with my friends, go to the gym. But then like when COVID hit, like you kind of can't do a lot of those things. So I was really bored. And then I started playing TFT. And then slowly I found myself like playing way too much and not even doing anything else besides TFT and work. And then slowly I realized I wanted to play TFT more than I wanted to go to work. And then I kind of quit work to become a full-time TFT streamer. So yeah, that's kind of how it went.
Wow. So you went to where did you get your? I mean, did you actually get your law degree?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. And where did you go?
I went to Columbia.
Oh, wow. That's quite a school. That's like, okay. So you have a law degree from Columbia, and then from there you actually went to go just do TFT.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then, how long was that transition from like? So COVID started. You started playing this other game. So this is like over the course of a year.
I think it was like a little over a year and a half. So I think I started playing middle of set 2, COVID, and then started playing a lot more in like July. So I think it was from like October to July. So a year and a half, a little over a year and a half.
Wow, that's crazy. Do you miss law?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, well, I'd rather you not lie. I mean, she's gonna clarify that. Actually, I'm gonna lie to you, everybody. Let's tell you not the truth. No, go ahead. Tell me what. Be honest.
There are some pros and cons, but the pros of streaming TFT and playing TFT every day, like as my life, is definitely outweighs the cons. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of the cons then? Like when you say like, what are some of the cons of being that's your life, that's your dedication
of TFT?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes, so then like, you know how like in law, you're kind of just in your office all day by yourself.
I'm not a lawyer, I'm an engineer, so I don't know that.
But yeah. So in law, you're kind of just like, figuring out things on your own. Like you don't have, over 1,000 people backseating you and telling you what to do all the time. And like, so that's like the main thing. It's like when you stream TFT, it's just one thing is just like my biggest pet peeve is when like people are like, no, you're not doing this right. You're supposed to do this. No, you're like bad. You didn't do this. Like I'm right. But that's like the one thing that I think like, you don't experience in like your daily life where like people can come up to you and just be like, yo, like you're living your life wrong. And like people aren't gonna do that.
Really, you're trash as a lawyer or whatever it is, right?
Yeah. You're like you're trash. Like you wrote this wrong. Like do it my way. I mean, your boss sometimes does that to you, but like even then it's rare.
That's a pretty terrible boss at that point in time. That's pretty crazy. So I do find that I don't know, that kind of blows my mind that you have these people though, like you're playing in some of the highest level tournaments in TFT, but these people aren't, but they're telling you you're trash? Like, how does that work?
I think people are just, like, backseating is just, like, Twitch culture.
Okay.
So it's just, like, something you have to get used to. Like, even when I was doing a cooking stream once, and then, like, people would backseat cook, they'd be like, yo, you're not stirring the eggs properly. And I'm like, what? How do I stir properly? Like, please teach me.
It still blows my mind. It's like, it would be like, so my uncle, he's an executive chef. He basically planned and cooks for the Radisson family. Like he does all of this stuff. Like to have somebody on a cooking stream tell like if somebody's like, you're not doing it right, it's like, dude, this guy's like an award-winning chef. Like why, like you are a top tier level player. I don't know. That still blows my mind. Like I understand, like I build PCs and there's a lot of different things about PCs. Like you can make a ton of mistakes because there's all this different hardware, and even I, like with thousands of builds under my belt, I still make mistakes, and I get that. But I think for some of the, like having played, I don't know, probably 250 hours of TFT, there's a lot in that game for people to get, and you have played even way more than I have, right? So I just find it strange that people can't, I don't know, it's just weird to me that people critique. I don't know, that's just, I don't know, my 2 cents. Maybe people are like, you're trash chatting, there we go. you're trash at hosting, or whatever it was. 250, I don't know, that's a lot to me for 250 hours. That's a lot given the amount of time that I have doing all of my stuff that I have to do, but yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna have you do now is put on the last fan. By the way, the RAM works. That was one of the things I was basically checking. So what there is these 2 little brackets here. So you're just gonna basically push this against and hug the fan, and then these kind of see how they clip on. You're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna wanna make sure this is really flush. Does that make sense?
It's really flush?
Flush, like see how on this one, how it's flush against the edge of the fan thing? You're gonna do the same thing on this side. So this is gonna go flush against the cooler.
All right.
And you see, pull those little metal tabs once you get it all the way against the edge.
Oh wait, I think hold on.
One just kind of came out. It's like a little bit of a funky thing here. There we go.
All right, I think it's flush now.
It is. Don't just be careful with the. Yeah, so you're gonna want to. Let's see. This is like feels like it's stuck on this cable here. Push that cable in. It is pretty flush. It just doesn't sit all the way down because of the VRM. So there we go. So we're going to bring this one up a little bit so where they're even.
Oh, okay.
And since you've got that flush, so now there you go. You actually had it right. Sorry, I didn't see that this VRM was there. Okay, so what we're going to do is, last thing I'm going to have you do is there's 2 little connections. You're going to connect these together. They go into the splitter together.
Okay.
There we go. Then put the other one in. Yep, perfect. And then this connection right here is going to plug into right here where it says CPU fan. So this is just going to go right in just like that.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so now last thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our...
Wait, this is it?
No, the PC. This is like the motherboard. Like you're actually probably... We're actually close to 50% done already.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of it's actually gotten done. I'm looking for zip ties. Okay, here we go. The SkyTech guys were here last week, and they had all this, like they had all these zip ties. It was so beautiful, but they took them with them, unfortunately. So it made me sad for a minute. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna zip tie these together to just kind of make it look nice. We want your build to look pretty as well. So we're just gonna zip tie that. There we go. So what do we have any other tournaments, any other things that you're looking forward to coming up? Or like, are you going to do like TwitchCon, or is there stuff like that coming up?
Oh yeah, TwitchCon is in October, and then the next big tourney is in 2 weeks, I think.
Wow, already?
Yeah, so they have like, there's basically like every few weeks, there's these major tourneys that like lead to regional qualifiers, which lead to Worlds qualifiers. So next one is, in 2-3 weeks or so.
And so do you think you'll make it to like regions and worlds and all that sort of stuff? Have you ever gotten to do that?
No, but this will be the set.
Wow. Okay. That was a lot of exuberance right there. So this will be the set.
I will win Worlds this year.
I mean that would be awesome. So I can't win Worlds, but you feel very confident. So I trust that you will actually do it. Okay. So you want to sit that over in the edge. Just like right over in the far corner. There we go. Okay, so now we get to prep your case.
No copium.
What does copium mean?
Oh, it's like how do I describe it? It's a emote of like a frog wearing like an oxygen mask. You know, he's like about to like kick over. Or what is that term? Not kick over.
He's about to bite it, like. Keel over? Yeah, keel over. Yeah, okay. That is also a term. I like how like Troy actually acted it out. He was like, oh, you mean like this? And he was like pretending to actually do it over there. So keel over. Okay, so it's like basically it's not a good thing if somebody's saying.
Yeah, it's like they're saying it as in like they're doubtful.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think I have no idea. I don't even know. I have no way to say one way or the other. What I can tell you is we will be successful in building this PC. If this PC was Worlds, then we would win. That's what I can say. Because I don't think we can. I don't know if you put us in a tournament right now, we'd be in big trouble, especially with me playing. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to actually have you unscrew this.
It's so cute.
It's an awesome case.
I unscrew it with like a screwdriver.
If it's too tight, we can get you a screwdriver.
Oh, I think I can do it with my hands.
There we go. Okay, cool. And then what I'm going to have you do on this one, they'll stay in, so they're captive. Okay. So what did you say? They keep them in jail?
Yeah, they're in jail.
They're in
people jail.
They're in screw jail. You're going to go ahead and push this out. So because I want you to know how to open this. So you're going to push towards me.
Okay.
Just on this one for now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's being.
Am I supposed to?
I don't know if it's not supposed to be that hard. Oh, okay. Good.
Oh.
I didn't want.
Oh, you want me to actually push it that much?
Push it out
okay,
so we can actually get inside the case here. And then now, if you want to do the same thing on the back, same thing. It's like just there you go. Pull it open.
Well, that one was really easy.
Yeah. The other one was I was even getting a little doubtful. I was like, Okay. And then see here. I think. Yep. This is what I'm going to have you do. See how there's a little hole right here? I'm going to have you pull towards me and pull pretty hard.
Wait, hold on. There's a...
You feel it?
This hole, right? This
yeah.
thing?
Yep. And just give it a... Oh, no, right here. Right here.
Yeah.
Should just pull off. No?
I don't know if it's me. Might be me. What?
It's okay. I do...
Wait, can I try again?
Yes, of course. Understand, I do this thousands of times. So a lot of times you'll think that it's just, and some people are afraid to just give it a pull. There you go.
All right.
There you go. Well, no, I want you to know how to do it because if there's an issue, you're like, oh yeah. So yes.
I loosened it up for you. That's what it was.
I don't think it had anything to do with strength. I honestly think that a lot of times it really is just people are like, am I going to break it? Because you just don't know how hard you can be with some of this stuff. So it is not, I've had some pretty burly guys who have been like, dude, take off the thing. And they're like, it doesn't come off. I'm just like, and they're like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, no, it really is okay. What we are going to do, okay, so let's see. This comes off just like this. So to remove this filter, just going to kind of push those in and then pull towards me. There it goes. Perfect. Awesome.
This is so tiny.
I know, it is a very small case.
Crap.
And but the one thing I will say is like for most people, if like you're watching this and you're like, oh, I want to build one of these. I will say small actually means harder. So there's a lot, for a first build, this would be a very challenging build because there's just not a lot of room to work in, which is always a little rough. One thing I am going to do is unzip, I'm going to cut this zip tie right here. So we can get to this stuff right here.
Someone says your workout is the years of PC building.
Well, actually, my workout is for the last 8 months. So it's culminating. After this, I basically go home. And then I'm climbing Mount Rainier, which is the tallest mountain in Washington. So I climb that basically on Friday. So I've been training for like 8 months. It's 14,410 feet. So
wow.
That's my, so it's like we've been raising money and all that sort of stuff for cancer. And then the climb is actually literally this Friday. So my workout routine is PC building plus.
Wait, so you're not from here?
No, I live in Seattle.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, now we're going to strip all the fans out of the case. So we got some extra fans. We're going to put nicer fans because we just have a more powerful CPU. So I'm going to have you do is hand you that, and I'm going to have you remove all screws. Oh, calm down. It's like sitting there just being dangerous with the.
Is it these ones or all of them?
It's these right here.
Oh, these, yeah.
Yeah, ones that are actually attached to the fan. Excalibur, that's right. Excalibur is on display right now, guys. So we're just going to be removing all the fans. We're actually going to be replacing so there's a lot of Noctua. And then here, I'll just pop them right over here.
Oh, and you might not know, but they're all saying Giga Chad. It's an emo of like a super muscular dude.
Oh. Like
going, kind of,
So, so but what we're doing right now is we're just going to be replacing all of the fans with higher quality airflow fans, just to make sure this case gets a ton of air, to make sure that her CPU stays nice and cool. Everybody's saying I can't.
Oh, that's another emote.
Okay.
It's like a person with like a hand over their face. Like I can't
watch.
Like I can't. Like it's like you just said something weird, and they're like I can't.
I do also climb my. Did you drop a screw?
I lost a screw.
Okay, guys, we're gonna take a 10-hour break and find the screw. I'm just kidding. We're not really gonna have to do that. We'll get it to come out there. Yes, I also play Hearthstone. It's funny. We were joking, and so I used to be a much bigger TFT player. I actually have a custom TFT build that we just did for this, and I've been having such a hard time learning it. And I think what basically the advice I got from Emily was get good, son.
Oh no! I gave him real advice. I did. I said to just play more. It was good advice. Trust.
No, I've been playing a lot of. So there is a mode that is similar in Hearthstone called Battlegrounds, and it's not as fancy as TFT in terms of I really like TFT because I like the economy with TFT. There's like you said, I like the strategy, but I'm having a hard time having my brain figure out how everything works. Versus when I play Hearthstone, I can think 3, 4, 5, 6 moves ahead sometimes, and that's the place I want to get. With a game like this. So I was just asking, I was like, hey, how do you do it? And she said, play a lot more and get a coach. So that was her advice. And so she was like, basically play a lot more and pay somebody to teach you how to play because you're lame, son. And that's what she said. Then she went and she ate her ramen and walked away from me. And that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. And I can have everybody here.
No, I said to play more and to watch more good streamers, and then get a coach. I'm a nice person.
Oh my God.
Don't.
I wasn't offended at all. It's so funny. You can actually ask the team here. Ask the team here. I've been asking. Don't lie. No, I've been like, you guys need to get a TFT streamer on here, and so then they got one, and then I was like, oh, I have all these questions. And she's like, yeah, you need to just play more. That's the whole secret, which is probably true. Okay, so we got the fans out.
Oh, I think we're missing a screw. I don't know.
What did you do with it?
I don't know where it could have possibly gone though.
If the case is so small, did you like make it go somewhere? Like
just shake it.
Yeah, that seems like a good.
Oh, I found it.
There it is. We found the missing screw. Okay, so we got all the screws now. Do we have any other fans? I think we have one more. No, we don't. We have no more fans in this case. So you've got a fully naked case.
Yes, he's very naked, or it's very naked right now.
Is it a he? Is that have we assigned it a gender?
I mean, I actually feel like it would be a she.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know. It's your. You can do whatever you want. It's up to you.
I think it's a she.
Okay.
It's a she.
Done.
She's.
It is. It's a she. Okay. So now what I'm going to have you do is put her on her back, like so, and then what we're going to do is we're going to grab the extra. I just walked in a circle for no reason. It's right here. But that looked really good. I looked like I was searching. You know what I mean? That was the important part. Okay. So here's all of our extra stuff. We got some more cable ties, some more zip ties. And go from there. So, what are some of your other? So, besides anime, are you into movies? Like, do you do? I don't know. Like, are you into cars? Like, are there some other things that? What else makes up the persona of Emily?
Okay, I'm gonna. I'm not a. I'm a very honest person.
I like. You almost said I'm gonna be honest, didn't you?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna make up hobbies or what I do in my life. This is what I do. I wake up, I drink coffee, I watch TFT, I play TFT, I watch more TFT, I go to bed.
Okay, so that's it. That's just like. And do you think like you're like I'm very simple, but you forgot the part where you're addicted to coffee.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's true. So you're addicted to coffee.
Yeah, but not by choice.
Not by choice. Like if you could get rid of anything in there, coffee might be the thing you get rid of.
Yeah, like if I could wake up every day, be like super awake, super happy, super refreshed, like just to be able to do that in an hour or half an hour without coffee, I'm down.
You're down? Okay. Why don't we do this? Why don't you go ahead and grab that? Okay, so what we're going to do here, let me show you. So you're going to take your motherboard, and you're going to see how there's a square, right? The big rectangle right here?
Yeah.
That big rectangle is for this massive I/O shield right over there. So that's going to fit right inside of there.
Okay,
You just got to kind of maneuver it. And then see how there's little screws? The screws line up as well. So you're going to have 4 screws on each side.
Wait, does this really fit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't make it up. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. That is exactly what is supposed to happen.
Okay, I think it fits.
Okay.
It's not. Oh, I thought you meant like it's supposed to go through.
No.
Okay,
it's just supposed to sit flush.
Got it.
Okay,
Flush.
so flush. I know.
I learned a new term.
We all like that word. Okay, now that we've done that, which is great, we now learn that we're going to have to put our fan in first. Actually, we may not actually need a fan because this goes right up against it. But it looks like we're going to have to put these other fans in first. And so I'm going to go. What we're going to do is we're going to remove this, which is why we sometimes test fit it. We're going to remove it, and then we're going to put the fan in instead. That was actually kind of a little tricky getting in and out. Okay. So we're going to put this over on this side again. And let's grab our airflow fans. Here we go right here. And what we're going to do is we're doing these fans specifically so they can feed air down and into the CPU. So you get lots of air. Now, we have these red ones, so I think red would actually be a good color to go on this just to make it look good. We'll do red and white.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Cool. Let's make it happen. So get this out. So have you had, like, how many PC builds have you had?
2.
2? And then was your first one, it sounds like your second one was like custom built from your friend, but your first one, was it like a pre-built or?
It was another custom built.
Oh, wow, okay. So you've always had kind of custom built PCs. Yeah. And then is this the first one where you've had something that's like themed though?
Themed as in like?
Yeah, like with a wrap and all that sort of stuff or no?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
My other ones have just been like pretty plain.
Okay. You pretty excited about having something that's a little bit more themed?
Yeah, because like the other ones, I just put them kind of like under my desk because it's like there's not much to look at, you know.
Right.
But this one, I'm actually probably gonna put on top of my desk.
Okay, so you might have like, it might be good enough to actually have like a PC camera.
A PC camera?
Yeah, people do that. Like if you have like a really showcased PC, people are like, oh yeah, let's look at my PC, and you're like, yeah, it's got its own camera.
So you have like a camera for your face and then a camera for your PC.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then you can show it off whenever you want. You're like, or like you just need to have like a moment to blow your nose. You can be like, look at my PC.
True.
You need to blow your nose. Other people use like cat cam and stuff
like
that.
Yeah, no. Some of my friends do that. They have like a cam for themselves and then a cam for like their dogs or their cats or whatever.
Yep.
But instead of showing my 2 dogs on stream, I can show my PC. You know.
Which I'd love to know from your audience. What would you rather have? Would you rather have the dog cam or the PC cam? I'm guessing
press
most people,
1 for dog cam, 2 for PC cam.
I'm guessing dog cam is gonna be the top one. Okay, both. Okay, people are saying you need to buy more cameras.
Oh no, I think they're trying to say like I can just get rid of myself and have a camera for my dog and a camera for my PC.
They're like, you don't even need to be on the camera.
Yeah.
Do you even have to be on the this is your thing. You're actually gonna become a VTuber. A V streamer, because like you're not there, it's just your dogs and the PC.
So I'm like the PC.
Yeah, you're like
my VTuber model.
Yeah, you're VTuber model. And like you can like put like a little animated face on it or something like that.
That could
These
work.
all seem like really terrible ideas. But
No, because you know BoxBox, he has a VTuber model of just a box.
I did not know that. That sounds like something he would do though. Okay, so if I'm gonna have this like this, and then what I want to do is I want to extract air, so I'm gonna have this going down. So what I'm doing is figuring out the airflow for your case is what I'm working on right now. So what we're going to do is so see how you just put these little rubber things on? So that's what you're going to do is you're going to put the red ones on the bottom, and then you're going to put the white ones on the other side. And these are anti-vibration, but they're also just so we can have like a little bit of flare. So this is going to be red. Those are going to be red. Okay. And then you're going to flip it over and do the white ones.
On the other side. Okay.
Yep. To make it kind of look nice and clean and all that sort of stuff as well. So far, now that you've pretty much built over half of your PC up until this point, what do you think about how difficult it is? Is it pretty straightforward? I mean, what do you think?
I think it's only straightforward because you're here. You're like I'm like silver and you're like my challenger backseater. But then, like, I'm pretty sure if I'm just doing this by myself, like, I would doubt myself a lot.
I actually had to. So I was watching. So do you know who Nico Lol is?
Not too sure.
So she's 100 Thieves, but she basically endeavored on doing this by herself, and then I ended up calling Oris, and like I literally just sat in her ears and helped walk her through it, just like this. So I can understand what you mean. That's what I need for TFT, is what you're saying. I need to pay somebody to literally just sit in my ear and be like, here's what you need to do. But there's eventually a point where you've played enough that you'll kind of start to get it. So for you, was it like, so you didn't obviously pay a coach? Was it just one of those things where you sat down and you said, look, I'm going to invest thousands of hours and I'm going to get good at this game?
Well, I already invested like thousands of hours into Dota Auto Chess. So like going into TFT, it wasn't like super new because I already had like 1,000 hours in another game that was very similar. But then like as I started to get better, like I started going into like Masters, GM, Challenger, and so forth. Like I did ask a few people to coach me, just like a couple times over like, you know, just the final, like pretty small things, I guess. Like it's not like, you know, what's interest or like what, when do you roll or like where are the points to level.
What do you think? Like what was it that you were getting out of the coaching that you needed the most? Was it more about, hey, at 4-4, like really where should I be from an econ standpoint, or is it more like in terms of what kind of like traits I should have? Like what are the things that you think your coach helped you get out? Or was it just about specific comps things specifically?
I think it's like making items back then, because it's like sometimes my item choices were a little sus. I think it was also like evaluating board strength, like, okay, am I strong enough to, at this point to just sit here and go to the next level, or should I roll because I'm going to take like 30 damage the next 3 rounds? So it's just like a lot about like I think for me it was items and like evaluating my own board strength.
Okay.
But this set I haven't actually like really asked anyone to really coach, but I'm thinking maybe I should.
Who would you have? Who would be somebody who you'd actually have coach you?
I thought like the person like you probably don't know who he is, but his name's Ramblin'. I think I asked him last set and it was like definitely one of the most helpful people. Down to also try some others, or like, there's like some coaches who are like just trolling you because they're like your friends and they think it's funny, and then there's like coaches who are serious
and actually
want
to
like
make you better.
Yeah. So it's like you gotta
find the right one.
Yeah, you gotta find the right one.
Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do now is you see these screws, and I've got this held for you. I'm just gonna have you screw in the screws into the fans and get these in. Yep. And what we're doing is essentially just creating the airflow for your case right now. Is it? I don't want to strip.
Strip?
I don't want the case to strip. Sorry. Can I take a look at this real quick? Sorry, it just feels like the screw is having a struggle here. I just don't want it to. Yeah, so you're gonna have to give that a lot of pressure. Okay. Because the one thing when a screw strips, what it'll do is I don't know if you've.
But what does it mean when a screw strips?
Okay, so yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was. So when what you can do is the screw can actually, you can destroy the groove, so it makes it impossible for a screwdriver to actually tighten in. So you just want to give it a lot of pressure down to keep it from slipping. There you go. You're good. That one's tight. That one's good. And then now just go ahead and do the other ones. Yeah, flush. We're doing it a flush again, guys. Flush is the word of the day.
Oh, so flush is another emote where it's like someone's blushing. So like.
Oh.
They think like when you're saying
I'm doing really well with these emotes today, I'll tell you guys.
Yeah.
Nailing it.
So I think they're like.
Yeah, you're good there.
Yeah, it's a family-friendly stream, guys.
There you go, you're good. Somebody's like, nope, no it's not. Nope.
Oh.
There we go. So we're just going to get all of that. Never mind. And then we're going to see if the rear one actually, I'm hoping it fits. We'll have to see. We may not need it, but we're going to try and get a rear fan in too, is what we're working on right now. And then we'll keep the front fans. I think we'll do white on the outside for the front fans. And so it's just to kind of match the theme, but then we'll keep the front of them black. Just trying to keep your theme going throughout the entire build. Cool.
All right.
Okay. So there you go. So now you've got your top fan in, and we got the right colors. So let's see how we're just going to test fit again. Go ahead and put the motherboard in. We're just going to make sure everything fits. So we're going to watch this little, there you go. It's going to have to kind of slide underneath there. Oh, hold on. Up here at the top, we got to, sorry, real quick. These are going to have to go underneath and over now. There we go.
Oh, I see.
And then just kind of push it up. So it should fit. Okay, so it's going to be okay.
Okay. I don't know if it
Here, let me take a look.
up all the way.
It's because just so this is always the fun part with. You remember how I told you these are always the more difficult builds. This is why, because you just don't get a ton of room to build in the case, and so you got to kind of work around stuff. But actually, at this point in time is actually a good time because we're kind of we've done most of the fun stuff. Is actually for you to transition over to playing games.
Okay.
So you ready to play some TFT?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to transition to a quick 8-minute break. We're going to have we're basically going to have you transition, start playing, and then what we'll do is we'll finish out building your PC. Okay? See you guys in 8 minutes.
And what your family gave to you. And something that my family has given to me is my palette. When I make a latte for somebody, it's something I really care about. It's something I made from my own palette that my family passed down to me. And I'm able to serve that to the community in a way that makes them feel loved, that makes them feel cared for. And it's really special. It is. It makes my job worthwhile. It's really just utilizing all of the gifts that my ancestors gave to me and serving that to make people feel cared for.
My name is Erica Escalante, and I'm the owner of Cafe Reina.
I'm a barista, a baker, a mommy, and a gamer. I was born in Temecula, California. I come from a Latin family. My dad's family is from El Salvador, and that is really important to my upbringing and my culture. I have always loved playing games. So every few Christmases, my family would all pitch in together and make sure we got a new console for Christmas. You know, it was really special because even from a young age, we knew that my parents really couldn't afford that, and that it was a gift from many different family members, and that they all pitched in so that we could have a gaming console.
Hold on, let me make sure this isn't too much coffee for this.
There we go.
You got it? Okay.
I've loved coffee for a long time. I remember drinking coffee at home with my mom with cream and sugar, and then as I got to be a teenager, we would go to the Starbucks, and it was really expensive, and so we could only go every once in a while, but man, I was hooked. I thought it was the coolest place, and so right after high school, the first place I went to apply was at Starbucks.
Whoa.
Look at that. What do you think? Wow, look at the cake. Wow! Oh.
So after high school, I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford to go to college. My parents helped me find an internship with an old friend of theirs up here in Portland, Oregon. It was a lot of kids and a lot of older people, but there wasn't a lot of people my age except for one person, and his name was Trevor. He was kind of like a quiet, nerdy, nice guy, and something I really loved about Trevor was he really liked playing games, and it's just really sweet when you find someone who has the same level of gamer that you do, and our level of gaming seems to match each other, and that's just really special and sweet.
Okay, you're supposed to go down now. No?
Wait.
No?
Yeah. Now
Okay.
you go.
Oh, I see.
I'll slide down
Well,
here. Right?
no. Okay.
No. No, I think you have to jump over, right?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
You let me go down this
All
thing.
right.
We'll show you our wedding cake right here. Settlers of Catan was on the bottom,
It
which
was
is
a
a
cake.
board game. This is a cake. What father of the groom wears a short sleeve collared button up to a wedding?
See, to me, that's like the most endearing thing that he could have worn.
Oh
I
my
love that.
God.
We look so different, don't you think?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
I like myself more now.
Yeah, I like myself more than that too.
These are conchas. Vegan conchas.
Really good.
I found a job near the small church that I attended, and it was a small Hawaiian tiki themed coffee shop. A couple years went by and the owners were working other jobs and they just really needed to be done running the coffee shop. They asked me like, hey, are you interested in taking over this coffee shop because we're done? I said yes. I was 21 years old. Trevor and I had just gotten married 2 months prior.
Yeah, I'm doing it. So.
You know, the cafe has always been my thing. It's not really been Trevor's thing, but I've just needed so much help. And so even when we first got started, I would train Trevor as a barista and get him behind the bar to help me out. And he has worked throughout this company many, many, many days. And so even now, he'll come and help on the weekends. If we're short-staffed or we just need an extra hand, he'll be here to help me bake, to barista, to work the register, whatever I need. He's always been willing and available to help. I was able to expand into Portland, into a bigger shop. And eventually, as I grew older, my business also kind of matured and created its own identity as Café Reina. It means coffee queen in Spanish. And I'm really, really proud of the brand. I'm really proud of our vibes. I really understood as I got older how sweet my heritage is, and I was able to infuse that into what we do here in the cafe. I love it, people love it, and it's just fun to show off my family heritage. You know, as the years gone on and our family has grown, we have 2 kids now, we still love to game together. We still take time every evening almost to play games. Now our kids are getting into gaming too. Our oldest loves to play video games with us, and I'm sure our youngest would too. She loves to watch while we play. The pandemic was obviously really hard for kids because they couldn't go to school and they couldn't play with their friends. So Geely would call or FaceTime her friends or her cousins, even from out of state, and they would log on together and play Minecraft together for a really long time and spend time together that way. It was really, really fun. We have our Predator Triton 500. It's really awesome for gaming, and what's great about it is that we can all game at the same time now. So if I'm playing on the console, Trevor's on his computer, we still have another option to kind of either play together, or 2 can play together and 1 can play their own thing. But it just gives us a lot of options for what we can do and how we can spend time together. I haven't played a lot of Destiny, but now it's really nice when Trevor wants to play that I can play it side by side with him using the laptop. It's super nice that the laptop has all the power of a desktop, but then it's mobile, so it's great for work stuff. I definitely use it for like accounting purposes and all the different graphic design you have to do for a business, so menus, signage, all the different things. It works really great with all that. As I've been raising the kids, I've just realized how important community and culture is to me and how important it is to teach them about their place in the world. And so it's been really important for them to know their extended family, to be around them, to learn from them, to be loved by them. And so we made the hard decision that it's time for us to move back to Southern California. You know, as proud as I am to create this business and to create Café Reina, what's most important really is for us to be with our family and raise the girls in the culture. Man. I think I'm most proud of creating that place that I loved when I was a teenager, like creating that sense of belonging for other people and for myself. When I was a teenager, I wanted friends, I wanted connection, and the coffee shop gave that to me. And so now it's like I'm giving that to others.
I've been in LA for a couple months now. I'm getting settled in and I'm having a great time. I am loving being back. It's been really great to be back in the sunshine and being able to reconnect with friends and family and honestly just to have time to myself. I am the head of retail for a coffee company here in LA. My job is basically to create a roadmap for them to open up their first retail location and then more retail locations down the line. The kids aren't here yet. My oldest wanted to finish out the school year, which is totally fair. We've just been finding ways to connect, which has been fun to play video games together and spend time together that way. Cafe owning to a lot of people seems like a dream, and it was my dream for a very long time, but my dreams have changed. I'm just really proud of myself for having the courage to change directions and pivot according to what I wanted in life and what I thought was best for me and my family. Someone once told me, if your girls were in the same position, what would you tell them to do? What advice would you give them? And so when it comes to making these really big decisions where it feels maybe a little selfish even, it's like, what would I tell my girls to do? And I would tell my girls that it's okay to change, it's okay to pivot, and it's okay to have new dreams. And we don't necessarily need to worry about the sunken cost of the time that we've already put into it. If you're ready for a change, then you should make the change.
What is up, guys? We are back, and it is time. It is time for us to game and to also build at the exact same time. So you guys are going to get everything happening at the same time. It is so good to see everybody. 757 people here chilling right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Mod Workshop brought by Ironside and by Intel. We have some really great gameplay coming up with Emily, getting ready to get up on some TFT. Now let's talk a little bit about the build that we're building today. So the PC that we're building inside, we're going to bring up the parts right now, is inside of a custom H200 NZXT H200 case done by Ironside. For our processor, we're using an Intel Core i9-12900K. For the motherboard, we're using the MSI MEG Z690i Unify Mini ITX motherboard. For the graphics card, we're using an EVGA GeForce RTX 3080 XC3 Ultra Gaming. So it's a 2-slot card, which will be really important for fitting inside of this case. For the NVMe SSD, we're using a 1TB Intel SSD 660p. We've got that Crucial MX500 SSD. We've got 32 gigs of Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB DDR5 RAM at 5200 megahertz. We've got that custom NZXT H200 case. We're using Noctua NH-U12A cooler with Noctua NF-A fans. So these are their airflow fans. And then finally, we've got that EVGA 850 GM power supply. So where things sit right now, guys, is not a whole lot, right? Like when we think about the case and stuff like that, it's actually fairly empty because we're just kind of getting the case prepped. And then looks like Emily's already in a game. So Emily, why don't you talk us a little bit about what's going on in your head as you're going through each round? So like as if, because there's a lot of people here who've probably never seen well, that's not true. A lot of people watch me play TFT, but why don't you talk people through if people have never seen this before?
Yeah, so I just started a game. The carousel, I always go for belt because I feel like frontline items are really good. And I am just going to try to get some, good frontline units in and good backline units in and try to 2-star them for the early game. And so far I have a belt and a tier, so I'll probably just make... I probably will just make no items for now until we see. So do you go into any game, like I feel like, for me when I played, I'd go into a game with some idea of what comp I was going to go for because how I was learning was like go to Mobalytics and say, oh, this is comp right now is really good. For you, do you go in with a comp in mind or do you pretty much say, hey, I'm going to what is your general strategy or is there like an end game that you have in mind or no? I usually decide based on my first augment and first few items what direction I'm gonna go. So like here I have belt tier rod, so I might be considering playing something AP. And I'm looking at the Mirage right now, which is different each game, and it's actually a pretty good one. So we could play like Mirage Deja. We could also play Oh, and I have a mage crest. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe I could just play mages this game. It's not too bad, I think.
No, I mean, you would definitely know better than I. Question though is like, how much does, and one of the things that kind of comes up a lot when I talk to people, how much does RNG really matter within the TFT as a game?
I think RNG does factor in quite a bit, but I do think that, you know, it's probably like maybe only 20% of a game, 20-ish%. The other 80% is definitely like your skill level and stuff like that.
And is the skill mostly reading the board and understanding what's being placed in front of you, as well as itemization? Is that what you feel like where the skill gap really exists and skill ceiling?
I think with skills like positioning, like being able to like look at your board, evaluate board strength, it's being able to position properly, make the best items at the best times. It's like a lot goes into it. So yeah, I think it's just a lot of stuff.
Okay. You're like, there's a lot to this game, and that's the point, Robey. That's why you got to get good, son. So what's going on through your head now?
So right now I'm actually in a kind of weird spot because I have tier, rod, belt, and the state of the game is like AP is really not that great, in my opinion. But Best Friends is a really good augment. Units and isolated pairs gain 25% attack speed and 25 armor. It's so good that it's getting nerfed in a couple of days. So at least I took a good augment.
So you've got that going for you.
Yeah.
And then how often do you recognize names of people as like you're playing that are like in your lobby?
Pretty often. I think at Challenger, you pretty much just get like the same people over and over again. So I generally recognize like half the lobby. If I don't recognize like everyone in the lobby, it means there's something wrong. Like I'm either in a normal game or I'm gonna lose 100 LP if I go 8th. Kind of thing.
And then for the tourneys that you're getting invited, like that are coming up and stuff like that, are these tourneys that you're getting invited to, or?
Yeah, for the most recent one, it's like top 32 goes straight to day 3, day 4. So I was part of the 32. The next one, I think it's the same format, so I have to make sure to be in like a top 32 spot or something in the next couple of weeks to be able to skip to day 2, day 3, day 4.
Okay. So you're coming in with...
Yeah, so right now I'm just trying to play a good front line and a good back line. I don't really have much direction. I don't think I want to play mages this game. I'm pretty sure I just want to play strong board and then just see how the game goes and what items and units it gives me. I was thinking about leveling to 5 here, but I'm really not that strong, so there was no point.
So there's just a lot of strategy and thinking as you play through to just kind of figure out in the early game, right?
Yeah. It could be potentially like if I do get bows and stuff, could be like a Xayah game or something, but since I'm gonna be last pick or close to last pick, I don't think I'll really be getting many bows.
So when you stream TFT, like what you do now, do you spend, like, do you feel like most of it's just you focusing on the game and people watch you for the game, or do you spend, like, I noticed that BoxBox does a lot of self-narration and stuff like that. Is that the kind of when you TFT stream, or is it more just about, like, this is about me getting better and people getting, like, a window into your world?
I think, like, in the beginning, early stages of my stream, like, maybe the first 4 hours, I tried to, like, narrate more and talk in detail about what I'm doing. But then as the game goes on, I'm pretty sure... Did I take the tier? Oh, no. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, my God, thank God. Okay.
Oh, so you thought maybe you'd gotten something you didn't want.
Oh, wow. Here's my dragon, at least, I guess. So this thing is really strong. this Shioyu, it's a dragon. It's worth 8 gold. So you want to, if you get it early, it's just like, the game is just really easy to play pretty much. Because it just allows you to win a lot of rounds and gives you a good direction from the start. So I'm gonna play him.
So you're actually in good shape already.
Yeah, I'm in pretty good shape right now.
Ugh. So this is always the fun part with mini ITX guys, is that you have to spend a lot of time
I have best friends.
test fitting things and all that sort of stuff to make sure stuff fits correctly. There we go. So that's what I'm working on right now, is getting all your components in.
I just realized I hit Shioyu,
Is that bad?
but I have best friends.
Oh.
It's not really good because like you want everyone to touch the Dage statue, but you can't because you have the augment is best friend, so only 2 things can touch each other.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. And how long do you think, when a new set comes out, how long does it take you to really kind of fundamentally understand the changes to the meta that come out? Is it pretty quick, or?
Sorry, a new set or a new patch?
New set. Doesn't new set change the meta pretty heavily?
Yeah, it does. I think it's like a lot of us play PvE, so you get a hang of it already during the 2 weeks of PvE. But at first, when PvE first comes out, everyone's kind of confused and don't really know what's going on.
And then, do you guys have like, is there any other like kind of tournament types? I mean, I know you're like pretty focused on the stuff for Riot, but there are some other ones coming up. Like, is there going to be any Twitch Rivals TFT stuff? Like, what else is there within the TFT competitive scene for streamers and stuff and people like you?
Oh yeah, there was a TFT Twitch Rivals like a few weeks back. It's over now, and I think there might be something later on. I'm not too sure. But yeah, there was a TFT Rivals. It was pretty fun.
It was pretty fun?
Yeah.
And you got to play?
Yeah.
And then I noticed it like in the Dragonlands one that you got to go when they played that format. You got to be weren't you one of the team captains?
Oh, I think that was Twitch Rivals. Dragonlands, I think it was. Oh wait, there were team captains in Dragonlands too, I think. But that one was. The format was really strange, I think. Because I don't think team captains really meant much. They had you pick people for your team that you think are the worst people so that you can score more points against them.
Right,
it was really weird.
And so it was like kind of like you were calling people out without.
Yeah, you were just like the draft was like the first person you picked was the person you thought was the worst player.
Yeah, and so that could come across pretty terribly.
Yeah, it was a little
So you weren't a fan of the format for that one necessarily?
I think it was fine because like in the end it was just everyone playing for themselves. It wasn't too bad.
What has been your do you have like a format that you like or an event specifically that you were like, yeah, that was a lot of fun, or you really like that one and you hope they do something like that again?
I think the duo tourneys are always pretty fun because you're not just like playing by yourself. You have someone to like, kind of vibe with, talk to, and play with. So yeah, those are I like those. Those are pretty fun.
You like those ones? So things are going well right now for you still, or no, or?
I don't know. I'm losing, but it's okay. We're scaling. It's just a little bit awkward because I'm trying to play around this Shiryu, but I completely forgot I have best friends.
So it's like you're kind of, and is that something that you can pull? That you can pull eventually, like it'll show up in your.
My spirit is an unquenchable fire.
I think I'm just gonna keep playing it and just play best friends trade. I don't think it's the worst.
I am trying to get your stuff in here. Let's see here. Well, it's going a little bit better. I'm getting path stuff now, which is always good. So for your build.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, are you okay if your PC doesn't work when I'm finished? Is that okay, or? You're like, no, I kind of want it to actually work when you're done. That would be great.
You know, even if it doesn't work, it's fine. But I trust you. I trust you. I'm sure it'll work.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I like how you kind of like, you started to be like, no, but then you're like, okay with it.
Yeah, it's not, even if it doesn't work, I have a laptop. It's fine.
So is that what you stream on most of the time? Do you play games mostly on a laptop? Oh, no, you have a PC. Never mind. I don't know why I'm asking that question. I actually know the answer to that question. You've already told me.
Yeah, I mean, if I have a PC with me now, or not a PC, a laptop, so that I can play it when I'm here. As you said, TFT can run on a
potato.
On a potato. It was so funny. Someone was saying like, you could literally play on like your phone from Africa. Yep. But
that is true.
It's not a very intensive game.
No, not from a graphic standpoint or anything like that. Mm-hmm. That is actually I mean that can be a good thing, right? Because that means it's very easy for you to have something that plays. Do you play much on mobile, or do you prefer to play on PC exclusively?
Oh, I've tried on mobile before and on my iPad, but it's not. I don't think
it's not the same, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not very easy.
People are just like, you can play it wherever. I'm like, it's not near as fun as it is on PC.
Yeah, and I've tried on my MacBook before as well, and that didn't work out so well.
So you were like, nope, this is pretty much it. It's PC. It's PC all the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now you are middle of the pack. Mm-hmm. And we're going for 8th, right?
We're going for 8th?
Yeah, isn't that right? Isn't that what's on the board, right? Going for 8th?
Oh, yeah. I walked in here, and on the bulletin board, it says, we going 8th, Emily.
That's what it says on the board.
It actually says that on the board.
They see the board right now. Like, it's actually set up so they can see it. They actually got to see the board.
I didn't sell in time. Oh, wait. Okay. It's fine.
You're like, I didn't find that humorous.
Oh, no. I was saying I didn't get to sell my units in time.
Okay. I love small form factor builds. I'm going to keep saying that out loud. Ugh.
I didn't get it.
Oh, it's just there's a lot of working around parts to get your stuff in. So like there's some test fitting and things like that I'm kind of working through. But
I meant my game. Oh. I didn't get the belt on carousel.
10 seconds. Yeah, we're doing really good about communicating right now. But I now understand. I at least now I understand what you were getting at. Like you didn't get what you needed in the.
Yeah. That's fine though. Surely I'm not going 8th.
No, you're not going to go 8th.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
What if you were going to make a call right now? If you were going to tell people you were going to do a prediction, what would you predict for where you would hit right now based on how things are going?
Probably like 6.
So it's not going to be. You don't feel like the first game is going to be a W.
Yeah, I think it's actually harder than I thought to play and talk at the same time. Do
you not do this very often? Oh, yeah, I mean, I have to say, it's not, if you don't do it a lot, it's a high cognitive load.
Yeah, because it's like I'm trying to read my chat and then like talk and then like answer questions and then figure out my comp. And also like normally, actually, I don't think it would be normally that bad, but I took best friends.
And so that's making it worse.
Yeah, like I'm better off with no friends, you know?
Yes. Which is how you prefer it based on your life. You're like, I just want to go. I want to play TFT. I want to go home. I want to drink coffee because I'm addicted to it, and pretty much just play TFT and not talk to people.
No, I'm not addicted. I just like it.
I do like how honest you are about things. You're like, look, let me just tell you the truth right now. This is hard. I didn't think this was going to be as hard as it was to talk and build, or talk and game at the same time. Mm-hmm. No, that is definitely that can definitely be something for sure. I do agree. Especially when you're playing a game that focuses very heavily on strategy, right? Which this game is very much about.
Yeah, it's okay. I got it. I'm just gonna play Jade. I'm gonna play Shioyu. If
it's all just gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's all gonna be
Everything's
fine.
gonna be fine.
Whatever happens, happens.
That's the right attitude right there. Okay, and I'm slowly getting progress here in your build. If you came back over here right now, you'd be like, you didn't do anything, Robey. And you'd be like, yeah, and I'd be like, yeah, you're right. I didn't do anything. I'm just literally thinking if things are going to fit like the way that I'd hoped they did. And so I'm also having a struggle talking and hosting at the same time that I'm getting this built. But it is coming together.
Did it work?
We're finally making progress here on the build. So for folks who are watching right now, we're building a small form factor PC, which always has its individual challenges anytime we do this, and that's what I'm working on right now. Is at first I actually had a rear exhaust fan, and I was going to see if I could use both fans, but the case itself, like there just isn't enough room for the thickness, and it's still going to be okay because we're going to have direct exhaust using just the Noctua fan, and I think if I had it right up against it, it just wouldn't be good for airflow, so that's why I'm deciding to just go this route. So I think we finally are locked here. I can put the motherboard in and actually start finishing out the build. And that's what I'm doing right now. And meanwhile, we have Emily who's over there. And she is currently wrecking fools in TFT. Still in 4th. She feels like it's going to be a 6th. I feel like it's going to be a 2nd. But I don't know, chat. What do you guys think?
Yeah, my items are kind of sus.
There's a lot of sus, is what she's saying right now. Okay, here we go right here. You have a lot of. Do you have a lot of the boards like from the battle passes and stuff like that? Do the aesthetics mean a lot to you? Because I noticed you don't play like in terms of like what your character looks like and stuff like that, or do you care not that much?
Wait, what? No, I have the goodest duck. This is the cutest thing ever. What?
I was just asking, like, is it important to you? Absolutely to have the cutest thing ever when you play?
Oh, I would say it's kind of important. It's kind of important to like look at something and like it, you know?
Yeah, I guess I could say that. I could see that for sure.
Line them up. I will send
Did
them.
I not? Okay, there it is. Okay, there it is. Right there. Okay. I gotta pull the impossible here. Most challenging things with Noctua fans is that sometimes they can disconnect, and so I gotta get this plugged in here in the back. So we're gonna work on that real quick. Ow. That's hard on my hands. Okay, here we go. Should have done this when I couldn't. Oh, okay, good. Put my hand back there. Cool. Okay, there we go. Now our fans are coming together, which is great. Okay, let's get the front fans in. And we can go from here. So you're slowly getting through, you're progressing, making it like climbing your way, clawing your way up still, or does it still feel like you're looking at a...
I think I'm in an okay spot. It's not like particularly bad, not particularly good.
It just is what it is at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, let's grab your other fans, which are right there. Cool. And then we've got oh no, I don't have all the screws in here. We're going to do the bottom left screw, which we're going to get in here and go from there. So when you think about the future, right? Do you feel like TFT is going to be your future for a long time?
Probably. I think I like the game a lot. I'm going to continue streaming it a lot, but I probably will like try to stream some other things as well from time to time.
And are there some of those ones like the ones that we talked about earlier, like Civ and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, maybe, or like maybe some IRL things.
Ooh. What would be like your IRL choice? Like if you could do IRL right now and you're like, plan an IRL and here's 50 grand to go do it, what would you do?
I'd probably travel, you know, go somewhere and take my stream somewhere fun, somewhere new that they haven't been before.
Would you just go to a beach and then play TFT on a beach?
Go to a beach and play TFT on a beach? I mean, I'm down if there's a setup that works there, sure.
Is that like you're like this is a new series coming out? By the way, Emily, I'm announcing it. Emily is going to be playing. I'm going to play TFT in exotic locations. It's going to be a brand new series coming out from EmilyyWang. You're just going to get to watch her go to exotic places like the Maldives, like the beaches in Greece, like the Vatican, and she's going to play TFT in those exotic locations. That feels like a win right there. All sponsored by Intel. What do you think, Emily?
I'm down.
Get your travel in, and at the same time, just play TFT wherever you go.
Mm-hmm.
She's down. We're looking for a sponsor. You can just reach out at EmilyyWang at EmillyWang.com. We can get this going. She'll play on mobile. No, she won't play on mobile. We'll like set it. Dude, it runs on like we'll just make sure it's like a wireless. Like we'll just put it all in a Pelican case. And then so she can just travel around and play the game the way that it meant to be played on a PC. That's what we're saying. Your chat's like, oh, she'll just play on mobile. I'm like, no, she won't play on mobile. We wouldn't do that to her. She already kind of said she doesn't like to play on mobile.
Yeah, playing on mobile is too hard.
Wow, so there's a lot of people still in the game. Like most of the time when I play the games, like half the board is dead at this point.
Half the people are dead already?
No, your board. Yours board, everybody's all but one is alive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're dead. They're gone. It's kind of doomed. I'm pretty sure this game's a 6.
You think so?
Yeah, unless a miracle happens.
What would be a miracle? Like they all disconnect?
Like I just
they all DC?
Something like that. Like if I hit a 2-star Shioyu, 2-star Nico, maybe.
That might help. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I'm gonna start connecting your extra cables now. Getting this build to a playable state. So you like for your gaming stuff, it's really just like you don't even dream about or are you even interested in some other games that have been announced like the Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 or anything like that? Nothing else like really just kind of tickles your game fancy at this point other than TFT?
I think I haven't really been looking too much at other games. I think right now for me, like it's important to concentrate on TFT because in order to be like more competitive in it, I think you have to play it
all the time.
Yeah.
You're like, Robey, don't distract me. This is my focus. This is my future.
No, I'm good. You can distract me. It's fine.
It's all going to be okay. So, there is a new patch coming, and you know that there's a nerf. What else is coming? What's coming down in the nerf? What else is coming down in the patch? Is there stuff coming in the patch that you're pretty excited about, or?
I haven't looked at it too much, but I think some parts that are kind of exciting is that they're nerfing the dragons a little bit, and I think they're buffing like mages a little bit. And I do like AP comps, so it'll be exciting, I think, to see.
And
how
right
much
now,
better it gets.
You said like AP comps are some of the weakest, right?
Yeah, they're pretty weak right now.
And then, what's the tourney that's coming up in the next couple weeks? What's like? Is it like a specific focus, or does it have a theme, or is it just pretty much straightforward?
The tourney is pretty much just pretty straightforward. It's the same as the one that just happened, I think.
So not really a whole lot different.
Yeah, not really a whole lot different.
And how do you prep? Like, what's it like to prep for a tourney? Like, does that mean streaming less? Are you gonna scrim? Like, what does that mean? Like for you to get ready?
I mostly just like watch other streamers that I think are really good. I also play a lot of games on my own, and that's pretty much what I do.
So pretty much the usual.
Yeah.
And then what is your, like, walk me through your day. Like, what do you go to bed at, like, 3 in the morning? Are you, like, in bed by 8? Like, watching your pimple popping videos by 9:30? Like, what does a day look like for you? Like a non-tourney day.
A non-tourney day. I generally just wake up, I drink my coffee, I walk my dogs, and then I'll probably start streaming and then watch some streamers afterwards, eat, walk my dogs again, come back. It's pretty chill.
Pretty routine.
Yeah.
And then what's if people want to watch you stream, how long do you stream? Like, is it like 4 hours, 2 hours, 10 hours?
Like probably around 7, 8.
Okay, and that's pretty much every day, or is that like just Monday through Friday? Do you take a couple days off?
Lately I haven't been as consistent, but I do try to stream like almost every day. But yeah, it definitely has not been as consistent lately.
And then you said you hadn't been able to play for a little while. What was it that was keeping you from playing? Was it just you coming off the tournament and you try like to take a little bit of a break?
Oh, I just didn't play for like a day.
Oh, okay. And is it, would you say like for your mental health and your just like you staying human, is the dog stuff like pretty much your way of doing that? Like what's your escape when you're frustrated, or, you know, do you have anything like that? Because I think for a lot of, especially competitive players, like mental health can be really important. So do you have things that you do for your mental health? Is it just your puppies, or is it coffee, or?
Oh, I think my mental health is like, has always been pretty okay. I don't like, oh! Okay,
What
it's
happened?
fine. It's fine. I didn't give my Shioyu Jade, and I didn't give him best friend, but it's fine. It's fine.
We're really testing her limits right now.
It's because I don't hear game sounds, so like the cue to like that the round's about to start, I don't know when it's happening. But it's fine.
She's like, it's fine.
Oh, I hear game sounds. Wait.
Ask and it shall be given unto you. Hey, do you hear game sound now?
Wait, I hear game sounds now.
You just gotta tell us.
Wait, I thought I wasn't supposed to hear it.
Yeah, you're supposed to hear it. We thought you had it.
No, I didn't have any.
We've made her life better. Now you hear it. Wait, what happened to your game?
Oh, I went 6.
Wait, so you totally did exactly what you said you were gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, well, I don't know what to say. I feel bad that you couldn't hear game sound.
Oh no, it's fine. I think that game I would have gone 6 no matter what, probably.
Man, you could have totally just taken it and said, like, if I would have had game sound, I would have gotten 2nd. You could have totally thrown it on. You could have totally owned it.
I'm surprised the game wasn't an 8th.
Yeah, is this do you do a lot of activations, like kind of like what we're doing now? Have you done a lot of things like this where, you know, you'll do play games and then you'll have some random other person? Like, do you do like other things like this, or do you enjoy things like what we're doing now, or?
Like sponsorships and stuff?
Well, or like, you know, like other, like more unique activations, right? Like where, I don't know. But yeah, sponsorship stuff. Do you get to do a lot of these kind of things?
Yeah, I do a decent amount, but like I think this is the first time I've had where like we're playing and then talking at the same time. So it's like, it's very unique. Wait, why are you laughing?
Because you're just like, it's very unique. And then you had like this look on your face. And it's, I never, you know, it's one of those things that I can see where, like I said, with the amount of stuff that you're juggling mentally right now, that could always be tough, right?
I think it's a good skill to learn though.
Right.
Like I am sure in the future, this, like the knowledge I've gained today is going to be very helpful.
You're going to be like, see, what's going to happen is you're going to be like flying home. By the way, where is home for you? Because you're not from LA, right? Or are you based here?
No, I'm in Texas right now.
Okay, wow, okay. Texas, okay. And then, so like you'll be flying home and then they'll be like, you might have to like do a landing and then they're like, we need somebody to build a PC right now and at the same time talk this manic depressive or somebody off of a ledge while also building a PC. This is what you've accomplished today. You'll be able to do that.
Okay.
So I feel like you're gaining quality life skills right here,
yes.
Right now. And I feel like it's getting better.
Yes, it is.
So I think, I mean, you have like a streamer resume now. Can talk, build PCs, and chat at the same, and play games at the same time. There are probably other games that are much easier to do that with than this. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. I do think this is one of the easier games to do it with. Because I think like if you're playing Valorant, it's going to be so much harder, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, I mean, so we've had a ton of different people who've come through there. I think it just depends on what kind of player you are. Mm-hmm. I think if you're like a super sweaty, like Valorant player, I think you're absolutely right. Like it's going to be really hard to do this.
Uh-huh.
I do have to say, you do have the cutest, like little avatar. Like now I really...
Yeah, isn't he cute?
I think he's awesome.
I can't believe you asked me if you asked if I'd like to spend money on this game because my avatar sucks.
I did. Wow. That jumped to a whole new level of like, that escalated quickly. No, I was just saying, like, I know there's a lot of personalization in the game, and I was asking you if personalization mattered to you, or if you didn't necessarily care. I wasn't asking if you didn't spend money and that's why you chose that lame. I wasn't saying that at all. That character's awesome.
Uh-huh.
I feel like you read that wrong.
Uh-huh. True.
Okay, so what do you think in this one? You just started. What's your prediction? What are we looking at here, Emily? You just got to make a call. You got to go from the gut.
Okay, let me pick my augment real quick, and then I can know.
No.
Oh, I mean, it's a good start. I'm gonna guess like a third.
Whoa. Okay. So this is a W, guys. This is a W. She feels it this time. So how, like, when do you, like, the last one you were able to predict with some pretty heavy degree of certainty of where you were going to land. When do you kind of know, like, what round in the game are you pretty sure you know what's going to happen?
Oh my god, I can't level.
Why?
Oh god. Okay, because I don't have enough money.
Oh. So you're econ.
Yeah.
I thought something was like bugged. I was like, oh, that's brutal. So when do you know? So like if you had an idea, is it usually about halfway through the game? Like
you kind of know, like, even at 2-1 a little bit, and then for sure by like 3-2, you kind of know, and then you definitely know by like 4-1.
You're like, okay, this is where it's going to basically end up. And then right now, where are you thinking? Like, what are you working on? Same kind of strategy. Get some twos. Get see some itemization. But do you have any idea of what direction you're looking at right here for a comp standpoint?
From here, I probably, like, I have a really good Jade opener. I have, like, a Gnar 2. I have 3 Jade. Cyber Uplink. I have Ezreal 2. It might be a decent Jade game, but... Oh, wait, I have so many sets. Huh. Wait, maybe it's...
Might be a decent Jade game.
Yeah, it might be a decent Jade game. I can also play just any dragon.
Do you have a comp that is your favorite to play? Like when it comes out, you're like, yes, this is awesome.
I love getting like if I do happen to start tier and I get something like Ludens, I think it's really fun to play. What else do I like to play? I think I like to play like trainers. There's like a thing where you can get something called Namzi.
My spirit is an unquenchable fire.
And basically, it's like a little pet that you can raise. You can feed snacks to it, and the earlier you get it, the bigger it gets and the stronger it gets.
Oh yeah. I've seen. Yes. That thing is awesome.
Yeah, it's like this thing right here, and I just love playing comps with it because he kind of reminds me of my dogs, but like he's really useful.
Yeah. Wait. So you're saying your dogs are not useful?
Probably not as useful. Like they can't go to battle for me, you know?
Do you let your dogs sleep in the bed with you, or are you like they sleep on the floor kind of?
Oh yeah, I let them sleep on the bed with me. But then like it kind of gets frustrating sometimes because they take up all the space.
They do, and I don't understand like why dogs don't get that.
Yeah, they don't get it. They like think that they're.
You're like, back off.
Yeah, they'll just like lay in the middle of the bed.
And you're like, wait, where am I?
Yeah,
gonna
like
fit?
where am I gonna go?
Like that's not gonna work.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have three dogs. I have a Chiweenie, a Walker Coonhound, and a pug.
Wait, you're gonna have to explain the Chiweenie and Walker Poonhound.
So a Chiweenie is a Chihuahua and Dachshund mix. So they're called Chiweenies. So they're like small dogs. They're like yip yip dogs, but they're also kind of long. And then the Walker Coonhound, I mean, it's probably one of the prettiest dogs. It's funny because you have an Australian Shepherd, which actually my parents have an Australian Shepherd. I love Australian Shepherds. They're very pretty dogs. Walker Coonhounds are also iconic, very pretty looking dogs. But they're Emily, who's a Walker Coonhound, she is a medium size. She's about the size of your golden doodle.
Wait, your dog's name is Emily?
Yeah, so Emily. Oh, I just realized that. I didn't put that together. Yes, my dog's name is Emily, and then I have Maggie, and then I have Winston. I like to give dogs human names. That's where we've always been. So, and no, I didn't. I hope you're not offended that my dog's name is Emily.
No, not at all, not at all. Not at all.
No, my dog, I'm not joking. My dog's name really is Emily. I would not be, that would be like the jerkiest thing ever is to joke about something like that. I would not, no. My dog's name really is Emily. And she's awesome. Okay. Okay, so now we can put the crossbar back in and then just kind of get this cable managed here. Is it still feeling like third place, or?
I mean, I think the game's going relatively well.
So still feeling okay from how well it's going so far, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I think.
You're not filling me with confidence.
Yeah. It's a first.
So is that with the way that you said that, would you open that with, hey, I'm just going to be honest?
I don't know. I think like this game right now, I think it's a very like just depends on what you hit. So like, you know, it could be a very first depending on the items, the units, the augment I hit next because I'm out of rerolls. Or it could be very eighth, you know? Like if I get Cursed Crown Preparations Windfall again, it just might be an eighth.
Oh, okay. So really, you are really dependent on what kind of comes out of this.
Yeah, I think this game is like very dependent on what you do hit.
Yeah, for sure. And that comes, that's a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Now you just got to get your cables in and manage here. And then we should be in good shape. And we're slowly pulling through here. It's like, so do you like what's your favorite in terms of the NPCs that you fight, like Krugs, or do you have an opinion? No?
Well, I hate Krugs because sometimes you can lose.
Yes, you can, right? If you don't have the right set, and it's like the most frustrating. It always makes me feel like the worst player when I actually lose to them too.
Yeah, but I think like the other stuff, you can't lose to it, so it's all fine.
So for you, it's all based on like you prefer, you don't. That's why you don't like it, is because you don't. The other ones, you know you're gonna win.
Yeah. The other ones you can win, but like Krugs, you have high elo people losing to it all the time.
My spirit is an unquenchable.
You know, that does actually make me feel better because I thought that I was the only person who lost to it, and then like when I'd lose and I do it on stream, I'm like literally the worst, guys, because I just lost to these NPCs. I never knew that you guys still lost to them as well. So that makes me feel better. Thank you for making my day just that much better.
No problem. I got you.
I appreciate it. I needed that reinforcement today. Wait, I can't put this in yet. I just realized that. We got to get this. Gotta get this out and then put this other. I'm gonna have to remove your motherboard one more time. I just realized. You get your fans in. So what's mentally going through your head right now?
Oh, I'm just thinking I'm about to beat up this guy that's win streaking, so I'm in a really good spot and he's not.
Oh, that's good. And that usually, I don't know about you, but that always makes me feel like 1,000 times better when you take down the person who's win streaking.
Exactly. Just
But
makes you feel so good inside.
And the other thing too is like it also you're hitting like a transition point in the game, right? Because like this is where somebody who's made may have done something just or like paid a heavy price early for a strong early game might actually start seeing that start to fall apart, and your strategy is starting to become stronger, right? There's a lot of dropping on set today, way more than usual. I don't know what's going on. People just now they're laughing.
Wait, do people hear it? Do the viewers hear it?
Oh, I'm calling it out anyway.
Oh.
After so many episodes, you got to bond with the crew. These guys got to get called out too. You heard it though, right?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah. Hopefully everybody's okay. Sounded like a pretty gnarly, crash, whatever it was. But
no, when I first came in, and they were interviewing me, they told me to scream upstairs, like, "Shut up!" And then so I did it, and then someone told me I was too aggressive. It wasn't my fault. I was told to say it.
Who told you were too aggressive?
Wait, wasn't it you?
No, I say that to everybody though. That's not just you. I just like pick on everybody. So it's like I don't think if it was me, then yes, you were too aggressive. I was like, man, this is the first time I've ever met this person. She's yelling at me already, telling me to get good, son. I was like, it's like Emily. I look up to you, and I'd really like to learn how to play TFT. She's like, that's great. Pay a coach.
No, I didn't say that. I told you to play more. I lost.
What did you do? Why'd you lose?
Oh, Nidalee players. So cringe.
What's cringe about it?
Oh, that they're playing Nidalee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a very cringe comp to play, trust.
No prison can hold me.
Is it just because it's easy or?
Yeah, it's like super easy and like it's just I don't know, I just wish it wasn't so easy to hit.
But then again, if somebody's playing it, then it's going to be harder for other people to play it, right? Because
usually there's only one person playing it.
Yeah, because for somebody else to do it, then they're not going to probably get the drops. Okay. So many cables. So little time. So is it going better? You're in second place right now. It looks like it's going very well.
Yeah, I think this game could actually be like not an 8th, Like it could potentially be a top 4. I think it's like a guaranteed top 7.
Well, okay. A guaranteed top 7?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Mathematically, that should work.
Yeah, it's. I think sometimes you're just happy, like there's no way you can go 8th,
But then that would be going against what the board says, right?
Wait, why did I just take another cloak?
I do not know.
That's not too bad.
And how much time do you spend scoping out other people's boards?
Oh, well, usually probably a lot more than I do now. But since I'm multitasking, you have to like cut some stuff down from your gameplay. And one of those things is scouting.
Like, it's just too much right now. You can't expect me to do everything, guys. We're stretching you to your limit today. Right? That's what we're doing. I'm going to check something real quick.
Is this Shiryu a genius?
What are you looking for?
This unit just like walked to my tank or my carry. He's so smart. He walked all the way around to go kill my carry.
Oh, yeah, I don't like it when that happens.
Yeah, same.
It's like the worst. I'm looking for a specific thing. Hopefully we have one. I don't know if we do. Oh, you know what? We do. We do have one. Okay. I need to get a splitter for your fans. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, now let's get this back in and done. There's just so little room to maneuver in this case, which is always a problem. You're in first.
Oh yeah. I don't know for how long though.
Well, that's still pretty good. That happens very rarely. Well, that's not. I don't know if it's very. It doesn't seem to happen a lot for me. Do you feel like you're in first a lot?
Oh, I won the game.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Trust.
Okay, I trust. I mean, you would know better than I would. So what was it that you got that you like? Now you know you're gonna win.
Oh, I gotta show you.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna get all these parts into this top thing here.
Sometimes shield becomes smashing.
Okay, there we go. One more thing that is missing here. Okay, we got that one. We got that one. Just trying to get your stuff in here. Right, that's what I was looking for. Okay, good. Got it. Okay, cool. Now we got it. Finally load this up. Shoot. No.
Okay, maybe it's not a guaranteed first anymore, but it's fine.
It's not?
Yeah, someone else took my Shiryu, but it's fine.
It's okay? How do you know that you... Oh, so how did they get it? Because I thought you... Did you not pull it or did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. They rolled on 7 and they hit.
I still have faith. You told me to trust.
Yeah, I think like no matter what, it's probably a top 5.
Okay. That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling confident about that one.
Because this guy's about to die. I don't know how he's so weak.
You don't know how he's so weak? So how far are you into it right now? Like how many rounds you have left? You still have a lot. I'm surprised how many people are still alive with as far as you are. I guess when you're playing players that good, right? Like they're gonna last a long time.
Yeah. But I think this lobby's kind of weird because I think people are about to die.
Like a lot of them, you mean?
Let's show our friends the door.
Okay.
Like, I think 3 people look like they're about to die.
Oh, 3? Okay, got it. Okay. And here we go. Let's get the screw in. So At this point in time, is this like, where is your head when you know that you're like this close to the end game? Like what? Like because that was another thing too. Is like I look at it and like I was watching some of the tournament play, and these folks are like they're basically like, is it like kind of like a wing and a prayer at this point in time? You're like I'm hoping I'm going to get X, Y, and Z, or because I mean there's not a whole lot more you can do. Right?
Yeah, I think there's not much I can do. I'm just gonna hope that I hit my Shio U2, some Nikos.
And that's kind of like the key at this point in time,
yeah,
right?
like I think at stage 4, it's just like you gotta hope you hit because you have your comp together already.
And that's kind of where you are, right?
Yeah.
And then you're literally probably, if you weren't dealing with me chatting in your ear the whole time, you'd probably do some scouting and looking like, okay, whoever I'm going to play next, is my stuff on the right place, so that way you don't have like somebody come around and kill some critical character or whatever it is right now, right?
Oh, no, actually, to be honest, I don't scout much anyway.
Oh, okay.
It's not much different from my usual gameplay.
You're just trying to make it sound that way? Okay.
Yeah, someone's dead already. Liquid eye candy. Is this actually eye candy? It's not, right?
That person's been dead a while. So like I've just been like looking, and that person died like really early on.
Yeah.
But
not sure what happened there.
Do you have like, and you can see, I mean, like a lot of these people right?
Actually, I'm gonna be honest. In this lobby, I don't really know anyone. So if I go 8th, it's kind of bad.
Okay. So that would be a bad sign if you went 8th. If you like, you're okay with going 8th if you recognize a lot of people in the lobby.
Yeah, something like that.
But if you're like, nope, these guys are all new or sus or whatever it was, then you're like, no, I need to be pretty high up. But this is looking pretty strong for you. As long as your comp stays together and you hit your last bits, right?
Yeah, but I'm not really hitting
much of anything.
Don't worry, I am here.
Okay. I'm just clearing out, finally at the point where I've got the hard stuff done on your build, and now I can just kind of finish it, which is good. You excited for when your PC is going to be done all the way?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it.
And then what camera are you going to get for the PC cam? Are we talking about like an A7 Mark III, or you need like a good $3,000 or $4,000 camera for this?
A $3,000 or $4,000.
Just saying, it's so nice and so quality.
Yeah, I actually have a Canon something.
A Canon
something. I forgot what it was already.
Yeah. I'll let you use that. That's fine. I don't know. I don't know what they put in your contract. We'll need to make sure that next time it's like, no, must have a dedicated PC cam. Okay.
I don't miss.
Let's finish this quickly.
There we go. Okay, so you're still in first, but you're not hitting.
Yeah, it's not a very good spot because I haven't hit like any of my key units because I haven't hit my 2-star forecasts.
So what are some potential strategies at this point that you could do to try and make things any better? Is there pretty much anything, or like you pretty much locked in at this point?
I think it's like pretty much locked in.
There's not really a whole lot you could do to
Yeah.
try and improve things at this point, huh? Okay, so this is something that was new for Dragonlance for people who haven't seen this before, and this is like you basically have to choose all or nothing, right, for your itemization. And so your item, but how are your items like? I know that you're still waiting for certain comps from a character standpoint, but item-wise, you're doing okay, or?
Wait, I thought I had a reforger. Okay, well, it's fine.
Is it because I was talking to you?
Oh, no. I just thought I had one. That was weird.
Okay. Finally getting some place with your parts here, which makes me happy. Got all your stuff kind of coming in here now.
Okay, my items are a little sus as well, but it's fine. It's fine. Trust.
Okay, you said you won it, but now you're not feeling one. You're still feeling. What are you feeling right now, though, from a gameplay standpoint in terms of where you think you're going to hit?
I hit everything already, so it should be a top 4.
Okay.
But
that's still a win, right?
I mean, it's probably going to be a top 4, but we'll see.
I like how it keeps changing. You're like, it's definitely a top 4. Okay, it's probably a top 4. Okay. Now we can get this in. Ugh. Put the belt back on. And the cables back in.
Okay, I just lost the Zio one.
Ugh. So do you have other streamers, like, is there such thing as like collaborations for TFT streams? You know what I mean? Like, are there people that you collab with? Like, I know there's some stuff where you guys might do scrums and things like that, but are there people that do you and BoxBox ever get together and do a cooking stream or?
Wait, did you say scrums?
No, yes. You can do scrimmages, scrumming. There's all sorts of different names for it.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah. It depends on what game you play. They have different names.
Oh, really? I thought it was just scrims.
No. Yeah, scrim is there's scrimming. I have heard a bunch of different names, but yeah, it's scrim's one of them, which is scrimmaging. There's also scrum, which is usually for people who play sports games. There's a bunch of different ones, but I was just curious, like, do you guys ever do collaborations or like?
Yeah, sometimes we'll play like double ups or something, but it's not too often.
Okay. I was just curious because I know you definitely talked that you guys saw BoxBox when you were at PAX East, right?
Yeah.
And what were you doing at PAX East? Because I know he was there doing some stuff for Intel. What were you doing?
Oh, he was just like, "You want to come?" I was like, "Sure."
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I see you at PAX East then? Were you with him when he was like dressing up as Chippy and all that stuff?
He dressed up as what?
Didn't he dress up? Didn't he get in the Intel suit and walk around as like their mascot for a little while?
I went a bit late. I went like after the event was already over.
Oh, that might be why. Yeah, so no, I didn't. I was just curious if I'd met you before then.
Mm-hmm.
But so not really, you guys don't really do, like you might do double ups, but you guys don't do any other like collaborations. How often have you done other streams like cooking streams and stuff like that?
So I used to do variety streams more often. Like I would do randomly like do like a cooking stream or like a like piano stream or whatever. But lately, like I've just been very TFT
focused.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty much at this point in time, this is your livelihood, right?
Yeah, it is.
And so it's pretty important for you to kind of stay on it all the time.
Yeah, in order to not starve and like, live on the streets, I have to play TFT.
First world problems for sure right there. And the best thing about it is something you really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're just getting the cables done right now, getting you some so that we can show off these really awesome custom cables that they had made for you that like match the theme of the build. So I'm working on there. Need that to look nice. There we go. Okay. So we got that in. Then we just got to hook up your. This case is just so small sometimes. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to make it look nice and show off some of this stuff. So what's the biggest prize pool for TFT? 'Cause I mean, like worlds and like Dota worlds and stuff like that. Like you can win millions. What is it like? What are some of the prize pool options for when you play TFT? Is it still pretty big?
Oh yeah, the TFT prize pools are like a little sad, but it's okay.
You said do you play competitively for the like is monetary gain part of it, or do you like is that just a bonus?
Monetary gain?
Yeah, like do you play it for like the winnings, or do you play it, or is that just like, hey, that's awesome, but like I'm more into streaming, or are you more into like?
Oh no, definitely not monetary gains. I think our TFT prize pools are like really sad. It's like for like the recent tourneys, like one of the bigger ones, I think you only got money if you placed in the top 8, and like 8th place was like $100.
Oh wow.
But first place was $2K.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So really, so like for you, for your career stuff, it's really just about, I mean, the streaming, I mean, you being in a tourney is part of the, almost like the notoriety, like people know you as a top tier TFT player, right? And then that's really where...
I think the tourneys are mainly because like people, the goal of most people is to go to like regionals, go to worlds. And so in order to do that, you have to play in the tourneys. It's like not for the money. But then at Worlds, it's like the prize pool is a lot bigger. I think it's like around like 100K or something like that. So I mean, if you win Worlds, you can also like get quite a bit of. It's quite a bit, a lot more than like the usual prize pools.
And you said since you're winning Worlds this year anyway, so that prize pool is as good as yours.
Yeah, it's mine for sure, guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
100%.
You've already called that. You heard it here first, folks. She's like basically like almost like those top tier baseball players who used to call when they were going to get a home run. Like that's my prize pool.
Yeah, it's mine. I'm winning Worlds.
I'm winning Worlds. Are you like a positive affirmation visualization person?
Is that where like you look in the mirror and you tell yourself that you're like pretty every day?
No, it's like where, you know, it's like you say, I visualize my success, so therefore I am going to succeed. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But do you, I mean, yes, that is, I actually have done that on stream. When people lose, we'll see where you end up on this one, and then we'll do it on this one. It's on this stream as well. Where we have people look at the camera and then repeat words after me as positive affirmation. How's it going?
Oh,
You're top 4.
But I'm on like a infinite lose streak.
Oh. So you think top 4 might be it?
Yeah. It might be a 3rd. We'll see.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta put that screw in. Okay, we're getting really close. Actually progressing here on just finishing out a little bit of your build here. Okay. I'm just watching you end it on a positive note. Feels like it's going to happen here, based on what I'm seeing.
Oh, it's a top 3, Pago.
Well, there you go. So you think, but the person who's in 3rd right now is on a pretty heavy winning streak, huh?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to hope Paris Tilton beats him.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So then you'll basically be able to pull it out.
Because I don't think I can beat him.
I think you can.
Really? Okay, I'll try my best.
I'm trying to be positive for you. Okay. There we go. And then I need this cable, and then we're all of our stuff's hooked up. Okay. Let's get this stuff out and up.
I'm dead.
So you didn't get it? You got 3rd place though.
3rd is good.
That is good.
I'm happy.
Well, that's good. That's all that matters. Okay. So no, we used to do it. We used to do. I don't know if you weigh. I mean, I think if you remember Game Boy, there used to be a guy named like I think it was something Smiley on Saturday Night Live. And so what we do is he made like Michael Jordan. If he was a very famous basketball player, not sure if you know this. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But he made him look in the mirror and say, "I'm smart enough, I'm strong enough, and gosh darn it, people like me." And so, which is like super funny. So now we've been having people when they lose games on the show actually look and say stuff like that. Which there's a big smile. And then it was funny. We were doing it with one of the people. And then they ended up like doing all this stuff afterwards that they were never able to accomplish, like climb this really tough tower in Final Fantasy, and they ended up with like this thing that was like 1 in like 120,000 odds ended up happening as well. So it's a little bit of good luck. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You're like, sure, whatever.
No. I trust in positive affirmations. I do believe in it, or I like believe in the practice
of doing it. Yeah,
of doing
I mean, it's just going for that. I mean, it's funny you would say, like, one of the things you said, which I think is actually pretty powerful. You talked about how you feel like your mental health is in a good spot, and there has been quite a few studies that have been coming out about esport players and their mental health and doing things to guard against it, right? Because I mean, honestly, competitive gaming is actually can be very emotionally draining, right? Maybe it's not for you. Do you not find it that way, or?
I think for me, like I've always been a pretty like not depressive person, or like not easily affected like by these types of things. So like for example, like taking standardized tests and stuff, like people would get really nervous, or like, you know, they would not be able to sleep, or like they would, you know, have a lot of different moods depending on like the test or whatever was going on that day. Like I feel like I just don't get as
affected by that stuff?
Like as nervous, or as like, you know, moody, or as like, you know, sad about certain things. Like I know some people when they like don't do well in a tournament, they get like really, really upset for a while. But for me, I think it's like I might feel that way for like half a day or like a day, but then the next day I kind of just like, I feel like a good night's sleep, and then when I wake up I'm just like,
you shrug it off,
unaffected.
Yeah.
I don't know like how good of a thing it is, because I think sometimes like if you were more affected, it would motivate you to maybe work harder or something next time. But
for you, it hasn't really been an issue.
Yeah, not too much.
What is your favorite? I mean, like again, what is your favorite part about your life as this pro player, right? Like, what is it that you enjoy the most about it? Is it just that you get to do something you're really passionate about? Like, what is it that's your favorite part of the whole thing?
Yeah, so I think for me, because I did work in a job that I did not really like for a really long time, and even like going through school and stuff like that, I kind of had a suspicion it might not be that fun to like work in the legal field. And then when I actually started working in the legal field, I was like, oh yeah, my suspicions are right. So then I did work in a field I didn't really like that much for a while. So I think I'm just like really happy and grateful that like I'm working or like doing things that I actually like. Because I did experience not liking what I was doing before.
So what was it like? I mean, the school that you went through, the school that you went to, like the career that you chose are very, very competitive. Like, you know, law at Columbia, like those are, I mean, a lot of people, that's like something that they brag about, right? Like that's a huge deal to get into a school like that and to walk away with a degree like that. What was it about law and stuff that attracted you then to even try, right? If you kind of had a suspicion that it may not be something you like, was it just you felt like that was going to be something you'd enjoy, where you're just like, I know I can make a living doing this? Like, what was it that kind of got you started?
So I think in college, I went to do like a program in Greece for about a month-ish, where I worked with like trafficked children who were like pretty much just stuck in Greece, and we got to work with like a really nice, really great foundation with them. And then that kind of like inspired me to pursue law, because I was like, oh my God, I want to like be the person that helps all these like kids and stuff. I was like super inspired and motivated. And then I went to law school, and then I somehow ended up working in like corporate law, basically, like a big law firm that doesn't do the greatest things in the world. And I think that's like where things went off. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Okay. And then I think it's like one of those things, like now more than ever, like when you think about where you want to do, like you've talked about some of these other games you might want to stream or whatever it was. What is it about, like, what is it about streaming you enjoy? Do you enjoy like the community aspect of it? What are the things that you like about the influencer side that may have you, like, you know, if TFT doesn't last forever, you would still go and do this in some other shape or form, you know?
Yeah, I think I've always wanted to like. I have like a gaming YouTube channel, but I've always wanted to do more of like a lifestyle kind of thing, like vlogging and stuff like that. I think that would be really fun. I mean, I think I've always enjoyed like a variety of games. It's not just TFT. I've liked League. I've liked Valorant. I've liked like Final Fantasy, Civ. I've liked like so many different types of games, and thanks for the subs. Yeah, so I've always liked games, and I would love to like stream variety. But I do think like it's streaming just like one game is very different than streaming variety. So if TFT, like, you know, for some reason like Riot's like, yo, we're not keeping this game around anymore starting next year. Like, I think I would like to still stream and play a variety of games, but I just don't know like how feasible it is.
Yeah, just given that your audience watches you pretty much right now for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that makes some sort of sense. Like, there's always some risk when you go through there. But I mean, like, diversification, right? Like, you know, like you said, like doing some of that stuff maybe early on, so that way, should something like that happen, at least you're starting to kind of build an audience. But I mean, it sounds like for you, a lot of time has to be dedicated to playing TFT because this is how you eat, this is how you pay the bills, all that sort of stuff, right?
It's also like, it is my favorite game.
Yes,
like,
yes.
I am addicted. Like,
just like you are to coffee.
Yes. It's like so many times I'm like, okay, guys, one more game. And then I play like 20 more. And then people will come and they'll be like, yo, Emily, like, go to bed. What are you doing? Like, you played for 24 hours already. But,
and you're like, they're like, go to bed. This is unhealthy. No. But you enjoy it. That's all that matters, right? So, well, we're getting close. It sounds like you're gonna get one more game in, and then we should be about finished with your build at that point in time.
Yeah, I was like a little unsure about starting this game because I can feel an 8th coming.
Really? Oh, yeah, so you're actually more nervous because you just don't want to have like that. You don't want the board that Intel happened to put up come to fruition. You're like, no, that's not fair.
Wait, it changed. The board changed. It's now best friends, best augment.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot they got. Oh, it's changing again.
It's changing again. Please carry us to plat.
They're having fun. They're having a good time. We're just gonna let them go with it at this point in time, right?
I mean, I could probably carry you to plat with my monitor off. I got you.
Oh, that's funny right there.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
How hard is it? Like when you like what are some of your, like, as you kind of grew with TFT, were some of your like biggest moments as you've kind of gone through it? Like, was plat, like when you first like got platinum rank, was that like a big deal to you, or was it just kind of like, yeah, I knew I was going to do this and like I'm confident in myself, like?
Oh, well, I mean, I played a lot of Dota auto chess in the past, so like I pretty much started in Diamond, and then the climb to GM, I remember, was like kind of hard in set 2. But then I think like when I really got the game and like I was able to hit Challenger pretty consistently, was starting in set 3. And I think there's just like some things you have to get. Like I remember I wasted a lot of money for the longest time. Like I would just not really save enough money, as much money as I should. I would also like, you know, not level at the right intervals. Like I remember for the longest time, I would level to 6 at 3-1 every game for some reason. I don't know. And I would also like, there would just be like some mistakes I would make that once they got corrected, it went a lot better.
So if somebody, like, what's the advice? Somebody's watching this for the first time. Somebody in my audience, somebody in your audience. And they're like, okay, I want to get into TFT. Like, how does one start to get good? Like, is it just about playing? What is it about learning comps? Like, how do you go and become good at TFT?
Yeah, so I think the first thing you got to do is you just got to play. So like play like 30, 40 games, you know, just like get the feel of it, kind of understand it. And then after that, like what I did was I opened up like a site of like the top comps at that time. And I would be like, okay, let me try like the top 5, right? I would go in, I would just like play 10, 20 games of one comp. And then I would do that, and I would do that for like 5 different comps to kind of understand them. And then I would just do that repeatedly and just play the same comp over and over and then move on to the next one, kind of understand it. And then after like a certain point, I remember I started watching like streamers that were good, or I thought were good at that time, because they would have like, oh, I'm top 10. Right. I'm like, okay, sure, you're top 10. Let me open up your stream, you know? So
and then would you come to find out sometimes they were not good?
I'm just gonna say, like now that I'm more experienced, I can definitely say I watched some questionable people at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like I didn't know at that time, and I think like when you're, you know, like plat diamond or whatever, like even if you're watching some questionable people, you're still gonna learn a lot, because like they're still better, right?
Right. That's funny that you said, but you definitely realized it, you know, later on once you kind of got better and really understood. You're like, yeah, that person was not necessarily knew what they were doing, or, you know, had the best strategies overall. Do you have YouTubers that you watch? Because I used to watch like a lot of TFT YouTubers who talk about comps or why things are good or bad. Do you have ones that you check out or watch pretty consistently, or do you think you just know the game well enough that it's not necessary?
YouTubers?
Yeah, TFT YouTubers.
Wait 1 second.
Okay, I will let you focus. We don't want an 8th.
8th is fine. Alright, I'm just gonna play Nami. So, oh yeah, when I started out playing the game, the only person I watched was, I watched a lot of Toast.
Oh, yeah, I've watched a lot of Toast.
Like, a lot.
Yes.
And then, because he was just really funny. Like,
yeah.
I started watching him in set 2, but then I realized that he was like always playing in gold, and I was like, wait, in order to get better, like I can't just keep watching Toast. I gotta like find more people. And so that's kind of like, but I started with only watching Toast for like a month.
And then you started to get a little bit. You started to branch out.
Yeah.
But you don't have any, like, you don't go in and watch like this is the best comp, or this is why this thing video that comes out on YouTube. Like, I seem like there's like, you know, like for Hearthstone, I'll watch like Kip, who has like this is the best, or these are OP, or whatever it is, right? Like, there's nothing like that you watch pretty consistently.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't watch like too much TFT YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like mostly just watch streams.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where you
so
feel
I
like
don't even know if there are some, but I'm sure there are some out there. I just don't really know what they are.
Well, they are. I watch them.
Oh, you watch them. Okay, so there are some.
They exist. They're there. I was just curious if you watch any, but no, the answer is no, and that's okay. Our power cable real quick so we can finish this a little bit out. So how's it feeling? Is it an 8th? Do we have a feeling yet?
It's probably not an 8th, but I'm playing like Nami without any mage augments, so I'm not sure.
And Nami was one of the early, like really early on, super OP strategies, right?
Oh, I won the game.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that changed quite quickly. And why did you win? Why do you say that?
Oh, because I just hit 6 Namis. So I'm going to hit Nami 3 at like 3-1.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of Namis. It wasn't Nami. She was one of the first ones nerfed.
Oh, yeah, because she was really broken for like 2 days.
Which is funny because I came into the set and I was like, I'd gone to Mobalytics and I was like, oh, Nami, that's what I'll do. And then like I did it right after she got nerfed and I was like, this doesn't seem that good.
Yeah. I think after her nerf, like you have to play her with some specific augments, like Luden's meditation, stuff like that. I don't have any of those yet, but I'm hoping I high roll.
But you're feeling pretty good right now with what you've just gotten just from a...
Yeah, my board's pretty strong. Like, definitely not like dying every round, which is nice.
Good place to be, I would agree.
Yeah.
Okay, we're putting your GPU in, so we're getting close here on your build.
Yeah, Nami's getting buffed tomorrow. I saw that.
Really?
Yeah.
So we should have done the stream tomorrow.
True.
Then what you'd have is like super good. Okay, here we go. One cable you need to get out of the way.
I believe in the future of dragonkind.
This one cable is being not fun here. Sorry, I'm not. It's not that I'm not chatting. Why don't you? What are you? Where is your head right now? Like you've got it. So what's the success? What does it take to pull this off at this point in time?
Right now, I'm thinking to myself, like, how do I put in Namzi? But I don't think I can. So yeah, I'm just not gonna worry about it. It's the trainer. You want it in as soon as possible because it like the sooner you put it in, the stronger it gets.
Right.
But I don't think I can fit it right now.
You think you'll be okay?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Also, I'm really poor.
In this, is that because of how many you had? Like the fact that you got 6 so early?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like they just kept coming. Like,
Yeah,
well, I need all
pretty
these. Okay. The very end here.
Okay, I'm actually so broke.
It's bad?
Yeah, in this game, you do not want to be broke.
Yes, I've learned that. But like, when do you... Sometimes you just gotta roll deep because you gotta pull something out, right? But that's usually at the end of the... Like, you're at the end of the game, right? Like, you're the desperate times at that point in time.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been this poor in my life.
Yeah, you've got 2. What stage are you on? Oh, 2? Wow.
2-6. Like, at 2-6, you generally want, like, at least 20 gold.
Yeah, you are really poor right now.
And I have 2.
Yeah, that doesn't seem good. And there's not a whole lot... I mean, but are you still winning? Yeah, 94.
Oh! Oh, no, now I'm, like, super poor.
Because you needed something. Because you got something else.
Oh, God.
I don't know what to tell you. I feel bad.
Wait, I've actually never been this poor. If I lose a single round, isn't it just over?
Really? That bad?
I'm like, I am a new level of broke.
Wow. You have, like, I can see, like, on your face, it's that you're not. You have, like, not a happy look.
Oh, like, my board is really good, actually, but
it's still not. You don't like being this poor. You don't have any options at that point, right? Because your econ's not there. Well, if it makes you feel any better, your PC is getting really close. I think it's looking pretty good, too. Got about the best airflow situation we can inside this case. How's it going?
Oh my god, do I lose this?
It's gonna happen? Did you lose?
Oh, thank god. No. That was so scary.
Because, yeah, the thing is at this point, you need streaking more than anything, right? Just to get your economy back up.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to pull this last.
Wait, is it Blessing or is it Archives?
I do not know. I wish I could help you. So you're still feeling pretty, like, is your economic situation getting better, or not so much?
It's okay. I'm just worried about my augments because I think my augments are not that great.
Oh, so that's like, it's like a bigger, longer term issue.
Yeah, I think it's Blessing, actually. Wait, I didn't level. Okay, it's fine.
What'd you forget?
It's fine, it's fine. Copium. I have a Rise 2 on bench. So if I lose this, it's my fault.
You needed a level in this case. Did you win? Did you lose?
Oh yeah, I somehow won even though I was level 5 and he was level 7.
Okay, so everything's okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, well, that's good. You made me nervous there for a little bit.
Yeah, I made myself nervous too.
Let's not do that. Come on, let's keep it. We need the old kickers to be around for a little while. Let's not make each other nervous.
Okay.
Keep it going. Take a deep breath.
All right, we just gotta keep winning and we're good.
Simple strategy.
Just don't lose any rounds and we're good.
These all seem like the key to successful TFT, as told by Emily. Okay, we're getting our last. What you're working on? I'm getting your last cables out now. Okay, we don't need this. Okay. But it's still, is your econ back up? It should be, right?
Yeah, instead of 2 gold, I have 6 gold now. It's great.
Okay, that is not exactly what I was expecting to hear. Oh, but you just leveled. Oh, no, but you needed a level. Okay, a little small SFF, PSU now. Look at how tiny the PSU is. Look at that, it's so small. I like small PSUs. Make it easier to cable manage in a small case like this, for sure.
There used to be an augment called So Small.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so, right?
I didn't learn until I started playing again, which was at like PAX East, that they actually changed the names of like the classes. Like Yordles weren't always Yordles. Like it's just like sometimes they'll be called something else. I was like, oh, really? Which like blew my mind. I didn't know that they did that.
Yeah. I think this set, like what they call the Yordles now, are these what's it called? Astrals.
Yeah. But when I played, I think I played really early on when they were first. So when I came back with, which is like set 6, they were still called Yordles, and I didn't know. And they're like, oh no, they weren't always called Yordles. I was like, wait, what? So I learned something. Okay, let's get this screwed in.
Oh wait, are we talking about Hellions? I don't.
Okay, so you're getting through it. You seem to be doing okay. You just need. Oh wait, how did you get 20 gold all of a sudden?
Oh, I started not having to use money.
Oh. So your econ's not in that bad of a spot anymore.
Yeah, it's better now. I wish I had trainers in, but.
When do you have to level again?
No prison can hold me.
Probably 4-1.
Okay.
But I'll probably have like 10 gold left over at least.
So it feels like things are turning back in the right direction, and you're still in first, and on a streak.
Oh, I think it's about to end though. I think this guy's stronger than me if I face him. But I think as long as I don't face him, it's fine.
How far are you from being able to have your final comp for how you're playing right now?
Pretty far, I think, because I think this comp caps out with like Aushin and stuff, which is a 10 cost dragon. And with my econ, I don't know how I'm ever getting there.
Oh.
Like I'd have to keep winning, but
there's eventually a point that your luck, even though you had a strong board because you had those issues, it may not work out that way. Okay. Okay, here we go.
I believe in the future of dragonkind.
I heard a lot of money being made.
oh, I need to find Lulu. Yeah, I sold a lot of stuff.
Because I heard
oh, you can hear my game sounds too?
Yeah, I can. It's like these guys hooked me up so I could hear, so I can get cues based on how things go for you too.
Wait, so did you not hear it either the first game then?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear until the second. I didn't hear until the.
Oh, I see.
And then all of a sudden I heard it too when you started saying, I can hear game audio. I was like, oh, I can hear game audio now too. Yeah, they really did think that they had it all. They had it all in and dialed. So I don't think they knew that it wasn't on. Okay. There we go.
I'm really lucky I'm facing like weak people.
Do you recognize a lot of people on this board or no?
In this game?
Yeah.
I definitely recognize a lot of people here.
Okay. This is like a much more like you're okay if you get 8th on this one.
I don't think you're ever really that okay if you go 8th, but like instead of minus 80, you might be like minus 50. So it is better, yeah.
Oh, so I see what you're saying. Like you're actually more worried because then it's what the impact would be on your level.
Yeah.
And you're for sure, like, no matter what, you're going to be in the tournament that's coming up in a couple weeks, right?
Oh, I don't know. So I have to make the top 32 cutoff first.
Oh. So these games that are, the games that you're playing right now do impact your ranking and stuff.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter too much because, like, the cutoff isn't for another 2 weeks.
Oh, so you'll just go home and focus.
Yeah, I'm focusing now. Mm-hmm.
You'll be like, Robey, don't call me. Don't bother me. I need to just get my 32.
No, I am. Oh my God, this guy's kind of strong.
You're good. That's what you're gonna say, right?
Yeah, I'm good. think unless I lose like every single round, I should be okay.
Anybody out yet? No, not yet. A couple people close. Doing okay?
Yep, I am definitely focused. I am win streaking. This is for sure a top 5.
Okay. So it looks like this is the kind of game you want.
Yeah.
And I am, I think, actually done with your PC.
Ooh. All right, time to FF and come look at it.
Well, you're almost time to what? Let me just win real quick.
All right.
Oh. Yeah, let's not do that. I noticed how I went the more positive route. Like I thought like you had like a cheat code, like you were gonna put like up, up, down, down, left, right, and then like
you're
just
gonna
gonna win
into an instant win.
You get 4 mulligans or something like that when you're at pro level. You're like, oh, you know, she might be doing a sponsored stream, so she can use the special intel button and automatically win or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know. Please don't forfeit. That would make me feel bad. I'd just throw your PC in the trash and be like,
now I lose my game and I lose my PC.
That'd be like the worst. I'd feel really bad. Don't make me feel bad, Emily. I already feel bad because I feel like I'm hurting your scoring here.
Oh, no. It's okay. I think pretty sure, like, no matter what, my scores would have been the exact same.
I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go back to the hotel tonight and cry for like 2 hours. And be like, I was trying to build her PC, and instead I just ruined her life. Now she's going to be a lawyer again, and it's all my fault.
Oh, no.
I know. This is the things that go through my head. Okay. Let's put the case back together. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I like. I mean, I think I like it. I think I like this look. I think it shows the cables and it gives it a little bit. We'll see. It's a cute case. It's just okay. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm going with it, guys. I've made my call. Putting your stuff back in here. Where you're not going on.
Get rid of this.
Okay. There we go. Putting your juice box back together. Ugh. I don't know if we have. I'm just looking at this. I don't know if we have a final peel on this.
I didn't move my Lulu.
Did you get your Lulu?
Yeah, it's fine though. Maybe she's fine here.
I don't know. You're focused mumbling. So I don't know if it's good focus mumbling, bad focus mumbling.
Oh, focus mumbling is always good.
It's a good focus mumbling. Okay. There we go, guys. What do you think? I don't know. It's like I'm curious. Like, I wanted to show a little bit more of the cables. I don't think they look. I think I like that look. Like, what do you guys think? That's the build. It's definitely got like, I was trying to get like almost like strawberry like juice kind of going through, so I covered a little bit there. I don't know. It's like, what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty clean. Yeah, good. People are saying it's cute. We got like the SSD in a nice showing location and all that sort of stuff, and it'll all be pink and stuff on the inside. It'll also perform really well at the same time. So, and then the other thing too is that they're actually the case does get covered a lot. So just as a reminder, I'm just going to show this. We'll do the peel on it. Oh, there's no real peel on this, though. It's pretty dirty. There's no real peel on it, but when you cover it, there's a lot that you don't see. So I was trying to get more visibility. So here, I'll just show you. So when you cover it like that, you know what I mean? Like you just see it, almost seems like there's a little bit of juice coming out of the top and stuff like that. So it's pretty cute in terms of that regard. But
I didn't find a Shoujin.
Yeah, there it is. So far, we just got to turn it on to make sure it works. That's the key part right now. Strawberry appeal. Strawberry appeal. I like that. I like that a lot. Good job. That was a good dad joke. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to reopen this and see if there's like... That's like the inside of this thing is super dirty. Clean it real quick for optimal reveal power. How are we looking in terms of your win? You're still in first.
Oh. It's okay. We just got 10-0'd.
Oh, really? That seems like not what you want to have happen right now, right? I'm just cleaning your glass because it was like super dirty.
The runes decide my path.
There we go. What's your Oh, you're in second now. You feel like it's time you're like trying to refigure out, come up with a better late game comp at this point in time, or?
Right now I'm trying to see if I can pivot to Aoshin, which is actually really hard because I don't have a Shoujin. I'm also thinking like I might be able to play 3-star Rise or maybe a Siphon or something, but yeah, I'll have to see. I should have maybe rolled until I hit a Shoujin here.
So you're just trying to figure out what you can pivot to and hopefully pull something out.
If I hit an Ornn, I can also play it, but I haven't hit an Ornn.
I have faith. You can do it. Make it happen. You can just use your secret magic winning button that I talked about earlier, right? Don't you get one of those?
I wish.
You're like, I would have used them by now if I had that. I just heard Hello Pandas be opened, and I have a Hello Panda radar. Do you know do you like Hello Pandas?
Hello Pandas?
You'll have to try them. Oh yeah.
Oh, are those the chocolate pandas?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah. I just got handed some. I got handed one on the stream. Little joy here. Oh, that's a moment. Right now, Tomlin's trying to get my chewing out of the audio log. Okay, I made that look way better, by the way. It was like super fuzzy. It looks so much better. Because you can see like the top of the PC now. There we go, see? That's much, much cleaner. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, so we're in good shape. And there we go. It's got a little bit. What do you guys think? What does chat think? We'll do a full screen here. Let's just talk through the parts real quick. What's inside of this PC? It's a good place to just kind of do that while I eat my Hello Panda. Just kidding. So we've got a Core i9 12900K. We've got an MSI MEG Z690 Unify. We've got an EVGA GeForce RTX 3080 XC3. We've got that crucial MX 500 1TB NVMe. Just SSD. We've got an Intel NVMe SSD, a 660p, also 1TB. We got Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB, 32 gigabytes of RAM, NZXT H200 case that's been customized by Ironside. And then lastly, we've got that Noctua NH-U12A cooler, as well as that EVGA Supernova 850GM. And so, and then the fans, we've got two NF-A40 Noctua NF-A14s in the front, and then a single NF-A12 at the top. So that is your build, all cleaned up and good to go. And then you've got it kind of like pinked and out. And then when we turn it on, you'll actually see all of the graphics card and all that stuff as well. So it looks really cute. And I think it'll also perform very, very well the way that we have it set up. So there is our build. Yeah, it's a TFT. It's basically an awesome TFT build.
Dude, how did I win around?
How we looking? You've got 2 gold.
That's fine.
Emily, I want to be so good at this game. I love this game so much. I want to get better.
Yeah. It takes a lot of time. I believe in you though. If you dedicate like 4 hours a day into it, I believe you can become the best.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Prince of Crime put it best. She just essentially said, play 4 hours and get good, son. Intel, thank you, by the way, I know exactly who's on the other side of that Intel chat right now. He says 4 hours a day, and he just does the thing. And I will say that's a handsome guy with the beard there as well. She meant 14. That's what she meant. That's what people are saying. She meant 14 hours a day. Emily, how much would it cost me to have you come coach me?
Oh, I got you.
So which means I can't afford it.
No, I got you for free.
So like when you got coached, how did they coach you? Were they like just watching your stream, or did you come to did they come to your house and you like fed them like hot pot, or like did you like what's the standard for getting coached? Do they just watch you play?
I think actually the best way, like if you're actually serious about it, it's probably VOD review.
Oh.
But if it's more for fun, you can just do live coaching.
So you would just look at their VODs and then they'd give you tips?
Yeah, they look at your VODs and they give you tips.
I'd be worried if I did that. I am actually serious. But the question is, I think what you'd say is just play better, because everything you're doing is wrong.
Huh?
I'm going to get some tips from you. Okay, here's the deal, guys. I'm going to throw myself a challenge. I'm throwing myself a challenge. TFT challenge. That I'm going to hit platinum. I'm going to hit platinum before like the set is over. It's going to happen, Emily. It's going to happen, and I'm going to send you a tweet like once a week of where I am from a ranking standpoint, and you're going to watch this happen.
Okay.
She doesn't care. But its point is, it's going to happen. And then Emily said that she would coach me for free, guys. Week 1, gold 3, 27 league points. He can do it. You can do it. People are in. Thank you very much. At least your audience believes in me. I will say, and Emily's audience believes in me. So you guys can watch me. I'll do it. I'll play it. I'm going to dedicate well, I'll have to figure out how many game streams, but I play a lot of Hearthstone, and I can just add. She said all I have to do is play 4 hours a day. Right? That's what she said, and then I'll be challenger.
Wait, what's with the laugh?
No, I'm just saying this. You're not. So you think I'm laughing at you? I'm not. I'm laughing at the crew who is looking at me, thinking I'm absolutely insane. So it's not. I'm not laughing at you. I actually think that I believe you. I think I can do it. Wow, that's funny. Skylar Voice says, Plat is very doable, even with Emily coaching you.
Oh, wait, what?
I was like, wow. I can hear Mrs. Robey calling already. Oh, she's focused right now.
Oh, no, I think this is a 4th, right? What?
Was that the end? You won, Emily. Oh, no, you got 5th.
Unlucky.
Well, do you want to come see your PC?
Yeah, I do.
Luckily, I got calmed down with Hello Pandas.
It's fine. Honestly, it's best to just play tomorrow. These siphon abusers, man.
It's going to happen, guys. This is it. I've made my commitment. I have a brand new, very expensive TFT machine that I actually have to use. And
well, why is it a TFT machine?
Because I love TFT. I really do.
Oh, okay. So this is my TFT machine.
This is yeah. No, you don't. Why do you get this?
Huh?
No. Yes, this is your TFT machine. Okay, so here it is. From the front, we'll open it up so you can take a look at it. I was just cleaning the glass. Mm-hmm. See what you think.
Oh, wait, it's like super like compact.
Yep.
And everything fits like in their perfect spot.
Yep.
And it's pink.
Yep. And all the lighting should be pink.
Oh.
And red.
Do we get to see the lighting?
Yeah, we're going to turn it on.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm not turning it on. You get to turn it on first. There's no way I would do that without you. This is your machine. You get to do it.
All right.
So, by the way, I appreciate your humoring my TFT dreams. I do actually really like it, and we really did build a fully custom water-cooled PC after TFT that's like smaller than this, that we're actually having painted with TFT murals and all that sort of stuff, so it's going to look really cool. I'll send you a DM. I mean, I'll send you a picture of it on Twitter at some point in time, but no, I really do like the game. It's just, you're telling me the same thing that everybody else told me, which is just, you just got to keep playing, and then that's the only way you're going to get better.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so let's plug it in. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to grab the power cable, there you go. You can plug that right there on the bottom.
Where's the insert straw here sign? Is that somewhere else?
It's up at the top, yeah.
Okay.
And then you should just be able to hit that insert straw button.
Insert straw button? Okay.
Okay, it's on. It is working. And wow, and somebody played a Windows...
Wait, I thought that was actually real.
No, that's a Windows XP sound, so that's definitely not the right one. But it is on, it is going. We can actually, here, why don't we take the front off so we can show people that it is actually, oh, wow.
Oh my God, it's pink. It's so pretty. It's pink.
Yeah.
It's like pinkish purplish.
There we go. So that's how it looks on the inside with all the lighting.
It's like pink and purple.
Yep.
Oh, these are my colors.
Oh, good. We might, I don't know, it'd be up to you. We could probably, maybe it makes sense to make that red so it matches the red. I don't know. It's your PC, so we can change the colors. It's all set up. It's actually all ready to go. So it's obviously posted because all of the colors just changed like the way it was. So it does 100% work. It's actually got an OS on it and all that sort of stuff already. So it's actually ready to go. And there it is. What do you guys think? The strawberry build. Are you happy?
I'm happy. People clap. Yeah, people clap.
It's like, it's in there. We don't have a peel. There we go. We don't have a peel this time because the peel is they put a wrap on the case, so there's obviously no peel. So usually we get like that big final peel, but there it is right there. It needs an NVMe. Don't worry, guys. There's actually an NVMe drive in there as well. She's got an NVMe and a physical SSD, so we put both in there. So don't worry. You are all good, Bananular. Everybody's good to find that right there. Okay, well that's it for tonight's show. Emily, if people want to follow you, if people want to know more about you, if they want to know, if they want to get into your mind or watch you play TFT, how do they do that?
Yeah, go to twitch.tv, EmilyyWang, right there.
There it is right there, guys. Anyway, that has been it. Guys, we are going to be doing back-to-back episodes through the whole month of July, so we will be back next week. Check over at intelgaming.com. We've got the rest of the schedule. I think the next one's on the 19th, and then we have another one on the 28th. But this has been super awesome. Honestly, you are incredibly good at TFT, and so I super appreciate you letting me interrupt your gameplay and have a little moment to kind of get into your head.
Oh, no, I like the company. I think it makes me, like, play better because I don't tilt as much.
Okay, well, that's good. But regardless, appreciate you guys and being here. I hope you enjoyed your time. What did you think about building a PC?
I actually felt like it wasn't as dangerous, or, like, not dangerous, but, like, as easy to mess up as I thought. Like, I thought, you know, everything was so fragile and like you had to be super, super careful, but it seems like you don't have to be that scared of like building it. So maybe I'll try it in the future.
Oh, hopefully you do. Anyway, guys, this has been Mod Workshop. Thank you very much for Intel Gaming. Obviously, Ironside for hooking us up with the case. We look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.